right. Yo, what is up? Welcome to the 6th episode of Reroll Podcast. Podcast by gamers, for gamers. I'm joined here together. Can't talk. I'm so sorry. It's late. I'm joined here today with Chris Federici.
Yo.
Miles Standish Clark.
What? Why did you bring that up? That's like middle school.
What is that?
No, we used to call him Miles Standish back in the day. Because we learned about that in history. So we just called him Miles Standish, yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, 427. And Michael Winder.
Hey, hopefully you can hear me.
Alright, well, yeah.
This is how I sound like.
So if you know this time, we actually are all together in one room, which is pretty dope because we never get to do this. You can kind of... Huh?
What?
Yeah, no, I ruined the magic. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've been going for a while, doing our own stuff, but we're getting back to you guys. We got better quality mics and everything. Well, Mike. So, I guess.
Yeah, better quality myself.
This time, for the first time ever, I'm gonna start with my week because I hate you guys. Love you guys. Good. It's my week. I have a question though. I actually got an Xbox One, which you guys already know. We talked about that.
Pre-show.
Yeah, seriously. Should I have gotten a PS4 instead? I say no. What do you guys think?
Ooh, the only one
I'm
that
gonna let you
owns
finish, but no.
the only one that owns a PS4, I was gonna say, is Miles. Right?
And Michael. Both,
you both own a PS4.
Yeah, 2 out of 4. Just like
I only own a PS4.
Ooh.
I only own a PS4.
Okay, so Miles.
Hold on. I don't think that you might have heard that one. I only. Only.
You sounded quite forlorn there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct one, but I guess.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Miles being the one that owns both consoles, what would you say?
So, I think we've done this before, but the reason, me and Michael both bought a PS4 was for Infamous Second Son. And then you sit down, it's like, oh, this game looks amazing, it's so much fun, and you're done in one sitting.
Pretty much. I told Michael earlier that I actually beat Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and Infamous in one day. So he was like, so you played one game, right? And I was like, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know, Michael. What do you think? Do you feel like you should have gotten the Xbox
Being
instead?
a person that owns a PS4 and a PC,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I said this already.
PC Master Race.
Well, definitely. If you had to tell me to pick one console, I would have to choose my PC. But if you said, that if I already have one, which I should because I'm a gamer. But sorry, got distracted there. People are doing things in the background. But
I can sit here naked if I want to, Michael.
But I do sort of regret getting a PS4. I mean, it's going to pay off eventually, but the thing is that right now,
What's gonna pay it off for you?
a good game.
Okay.
Sometime in the next 3 years.
That's why I don't have...
Something eventually.
I'm not saying man, I have plans. I'm saying eventually someone will do something good.
Alright.
So
it's just as people do things with it, eventually it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Right.
So the reason why I got my Xbox so soon instead of waiting, I was gonna wait a while. I was on Amazon. I put it in my cart just to joke around. I was like, oh, it's there. It's beautiful. And Amazon was like, yo, if you get a credit card, we'll take off $50. So I was like, yes.
What? You signed up for a credit card?
Yeah, I'm giving it to my dad though. I don't want to talk about that. That's personal problem.
What?
I'm not even.
I didn't know this was a part of the deal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But you have to use it to. It costs $1 though. That kind of got me there. I didn't see that $1.
Yeah, they got you on that dollar, man.
Yeah, no. I
$1.
looked at my PNC. It was like $1 missing. I was like, what? Now I'm broke. But
Now
yeah.
you're $1 broke.
The problem with getting the PS4 is that I got the Xbox and I have no buyer's remorse. I played friggin' Titanfall for hours, and then I was playing Titanfall. I was like, I kind of want to watch the YouTubes right now. Load up YouTube. I'm watching YouTube while playing Titanfalls, and
That's so cool.
And when you navigate YouTube on your phone, it's pretty much like a free Chromecast. It's really nice.
Which I just bought. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have gotten that.
Well, because Chromecast you can just plug up to any TV as long as
Mm-hmm.
But with that, as long as you're at your Xbox, you can just do it.
I heard you can plug in Chromecast to the back of the Xbox actually, which is pretty awesome.
But what's the point?
Because you can do Chromecast, Crunchyroll, and all that stuff.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Because Crunchyroll, yeah.
I don't know if every
Explain what is Chromecast.
Chromecast is pretty much you play something on your phone, like say Crunchyroll or Netflix, and you just kind of click that video, and it'll play on your sorry, it's a fly. It'll play on your TV. It's like a little thing that plugs into the HDMI cord.
Oh, okay.
Which I got, so I was watching Crunchyroll in there for hours. I watched so much anime.
Nice.
I guess I can go on the anime I just finished watching now. I'm talking about that. I watched Samurai Flamenco, which
sounds like a dancing samurai.
I thought you were like Samurai Champloo,
No.
Samurai Jack,
Nope.
Afro Samurai,
No,
Samurai
Samurai
Flamenco.
Samurai
Like, what?
Flamenco.
Dancing samurai.
I'm sorry. Michael just showed me a thing that said Anime of the Week, Joanna Man, and that's not an anime. It's terrible.
I went onto the show notes and I did this like a couple days before today, and I went on there and I saw Victor's Anime of the Week, and I was like,
Look,
that needs to change.
that movie did not exist.
Oh my god, let's not talk about that movie. It brings up horrible memories.
What?
But let me get to the gist of what Samurai Flamenco is real quick before I go into anyone else's week. So picture like, you guys ever see Kick-Ass?
Yes.
So it starts off like Kick-Ass, and then it changes into like, okay, Michael just burned me there.
How does that start, Victor?
It's a dude who wants to be like a freaking superhero. It starts off as a normal dude who wants to be a superhero, and then
It's
it
like
changes.
Batman without the money.
And
Yeah.
Spider-Man without the powers.
Yeah, no, in the beginning, he gets, yeah, pretty much. And then it turns into Sentai fighting, which if you don't know what Sentai is like Power Rangers. So he gets these other Rangers and they're forming mechs and stuff, and you're just like,
There's a genre for that?
it's called Sentai.
Because I think that's what the actual show name is in Japan. Because you know Power Rangers actually like
It's a ripoff.
Japanese.
It's a ripoff.
You don't say.
And like no, like but literally like whenever they're in the costumes, that's filmed in Japan.
I
I
forget.
didn't
Yeah,
know
whenever
that.
they take it off, it's whenever more.
And then it's
I don't think so
then
now, but before that was all filmed. That and like the actual
Yeah.
like scenes of the Zords.
Yeah.
Were all filmed in Japan, and like we just had switched the actors out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now I think we
I
do
didn't
them
know
here
that
as well,
either.
but like before, that's how it was done.
Well, Power Rangers got big
You can
enough that
kind
we
of
do
tell
them in
though,
the
they're
US.
just making mechs, every day.
And all the actors wear masks.
Yeah,
for
when
like
they're in
when
their
they fight.
masks, like you don't.
Who
like,
cares?
You can't tell.
They just dub it over.
As a kid, you're like, yeah, I'm into it. What's going on?
What?
Also, I guess I can talk about Titanfall. Titanfall's great. I played hours and hours of Titanfall, and like the old days of Xbox are kind of back. You know, where you just join and got your headset and play with people.
Where you just
Because-
online,
Because
good old
little
online.
kids don't have the Xbox yet because it costs money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So little kids don't.
And Christmas hasn't rolled around.
yeah, the main Christmas, because last year doesn't count because the game just came out.
Last year was fake Christmas.
So
We
Teach me
were
how to
having a
love.
discussion about Christmas earlier.
yeah, because
Yeah. Scrooge and yeah.
oh,
That's
No.
yeah.
That's related.
That's completely different. We're not talking about that right now.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
upset people.
oh my god, and what else did I think? that
dude,
was
wait,
about
you
it.
got golden Xbox years. Oh my god, I know we
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
this a little bit earlier.
I used to
Coming home from like high school, I'd go online, I see all my friends in a party,
Playing,
I'd
like,
join in
ODST
for
or
like
something.
10 seconds, be infuriated with everyone talking, and leave.
I
Oh, it
remember
was
that.
so
That's
good.
annoying because I want to talk to you. You just like leave.
I was
Like, where'd
like-
Chris go?
Take Chris, be like, enough of this.
I remember when Miles first got his Xbox, I would come over and just troll people while he was asleep. And I guess
What? I guess he didn't know.
Miles, we all did it. So I
I
just
don't even remember this
so
one.
we'll be in the Halo like pregame, and I'm just like, so guys, Hannah Montana, would you bone? Just like they're all just like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, well, maybe.
Oh my god! And I'm trying to keep a good reputation online, and Victor's like, "Oh,
That's how you build a
as a
good
child
reputation.
actor,
Yeah,
That's how you
would you
build
do
it.
her? Would you do her? Yeah.
That's how you get known.
I'm trying to sleep.
No, because at summer at one time at Boy Scout camp, one of the older kids asked me that. He was like, "So Hannah Montana, would you bone?" And for all you those who can't see me, I'm doing a gesture that he did, which is kind of like a rolling
A
weird
hand
thing.
roll.
Yeah, it was like,
Would you bone?
Would you do?
What?
Yeah, no. So I met some guys on Titanfall. We played for hours. Won almost every game because I'm good.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
best.
It was definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, seriously. But that was
So hard.
pretty much my like 2 weeks. Xbox, Titanfall, games. Yo.
Nice.
Chris, what have you been up to?
Well, my brothers, like I brought up last time, my brothers are home and they've been playing a lot of games, and the one has recently been into Smash Brothers so much. I told him I told him all about how the new one's coming up, mainly because you guys are just feeding me knowledge. I know so much about this game.
Miles
But by
defeating
you guys, he means the other two,
Aren't
not
you
me.
so much
No.
happier now?
He means Miles. He means
Miles
Miles.
and Victor.
See, Chris, isn't this so much
Okay,
better?
so for all
Miles
you,
is currently touching Chris.
for everyone out there who doesn't know, it's like when someone shows you like a movie. And like instead of watching the movie with you, they watch you to make sure you enjoy the movie.
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like it? How was that part? Isn't it gold?
I was like, somebody watch the movie.
So anyway,
That's how
last
Miles
time I was
like.
over their house, they forced me to play Smash Brothers. And for example, so I showed it to my brothers, and I was like, "Oh, let me show you this cool stuff. If you hit a trigger at a certain time, you're like a hair of a second faster." So anyway, my brother is way into it now, and that's just been super entertaining because it's cool. It reflects on how gaming was as opposed to how it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, games are very, lack of a better word, achievement based.
Yeah.
I feel like you always want to work towards something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now there isn't just so much versus just for the hell of it. Like when you play online, you want to get ranks. When you get ranks, you unlock guns and stuff.
Yeah.
He just plays versus matches for like 6 hours, and he just keeps playing it. And he's like, he doesn't unlock anything. He doesn't care. He just wants to play the game.
I used to do that when I was younger. too.
Yeah, they used to just like play it. And given that's coming back with like, only sort of like even Team Fortress 2 and online games and stuff where all you do is play, but you still unlock like Team Fortress hats, like skins and Dota and stuff, all of those kinds of things.
So I hope you know I still do this with Smash.
Yeah, no, but of course. But
we don't count as the actual like people.
But the majority of gamers will not just play 3 computers for 6 hours.
They want to play like Advanced Man Warfare Fighter where they can get
we're like, and
they're
when
prestigious.
and when you beat it, you unlock something, stuff like that. So that was cool to see.
But what's the
I've
point of
never
unlocking
really
everything if I
followed
can't
stuff since.
re-unlock everything again? And get a little title and a little
actually-
icon that says I'm better than you. What's the point?
It actually makes sense in Titanfall. It doesn't make sense in Call of Duty. In Titanfall, it does because you get these things called burn cards, which is like you can like different abilities and stuff. And once you get all your challenges, it's kind of harder to earn them. So you can. I'm sorry, something fell. Things. You can prestige to get the challenges up again, so you can re-unlock them or whatever.
I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah,
but
but
nonetheless,
it's still stupid though. I wouldn't play.
Yeah,
it.
and
Once I
then,
get to 50, I'm done.
my other main thing was just I recently upgraded from a 3DS to a 3DS XL.
Big man on campus.
Whoa.
It's been
You show it to
real.
your girlford.
And I've
That
never.
was kind of bigger. Now.
I've never done that before. I always thought the XL previously was stupid because I know they had the DSi XL, the regular DS XL, but I always felt like previous DS titles and DS hardware was so lame. It's like if I don't want to see it any larger, like it's just gonna show like the pixels
It's gonna
more.
be
It's just gonna make it look
It's better to
look
see it
worse.
on native. Yeah.
But now, graphics are getting good enough on handheld that I actually seeing it bigger is better, and I really like that. I picked up a couple new games for it too. Kid Icarus Uprising,
You
which
bastard.
which Miles has also been looking
I've been
for.
trying to look for it everywhere. No one has it.
Yeah, and I found it with the box, the AR cards unopened, everything.
Ooh.
It was it's awesome. Actually, it's awesome,
I
but
prefer the air. I'm sorry.
personally, I prefer the air. But I have an issue with it though. My biggest
Oh.
the game is fun. The controls are brutal. I don't know
How so?
if I can. I
Let me
brought
hold the
my
thing.
DS. If anyone can get
Let's
it.
demonstrate to the audience.
Well, no,
Yeah.
just so you guys.
For all you viewers out there
just so
watching
you guys
this,
can
You just have to
understand.
describe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So you open.
Chris
so
is now flipping.
So you open it, and to shoot.
Pull the stylus out.
And so to shoot or to hit with your sword
He's
is left bumper.
He pressed left.
To move pit. Shut up. To move, you move pit. I'm gonna explain it anyway.
We're trying to immerse them into the atmosphere, into
Oh,
the
God.
universe.
To move pit is with the joystick thing. I don't know on the 3DS. If anyone has it, you know what I talk about. It's not the D-pad. It's the other thing. And to shoot.
What other thing? I don't have one.
And to shoot,
God,
you
shut up,
click on
Michael.
the screen. So you're moving with it's a lot going on. With the 3DS, I have to say it's much better. With the regular 3D, your fingers are so crunched here, and the balance is so goofy. And the motor controls are a little wonky for it. The game's fun and real interesting, but the controls, I feel like they could have done a better job.
See, Chris, I don't think you understand the genius that is Sakurai.
Okay.
It's fantastic. No.
So there's this big battle between the 3DS and the Vita, I think over here the 3DS is better than it is so far.
So by big battle, do you mean that the 3DS is?
I mean more like
terrible.
I mean,
the Vita is basically the French in this case, where they're like, we surrender.
Yeah,
It's not even worth it.
So here's something else happened in a week. I lost my Vita coming home from like Chris Fed's house apparently, and I was like, Chris, is it in your car? And he was like, nah. I was like, oh, I didn't care. That's the problem. I didn't care. I lost my Vita. It's been gone, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get a 3DS now and an Xbox. That was my only ties to getting a PS4. Now I have no reason to get one.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
I play the 3DS so much. I never really played handheld consoles so much, but now
Because before it was just like, oh, here's this little port that's kind of
Yeah,
shitty. But
yeah.
now it's like, here's this full-fledged game.
That's just it. It went from because now they're full. Now it's not a handheld game. It's a game on a handheld, which is very different.
Yeah.
And I love it. It changed things so much. Animal Crossing got better in graphics. It increased. There's what?
The last game you would expect.
Yeah, seriously.
Animal Crossing HD looks better than The Last of Us. Just like you walk out into the town and you're just like, where am I? Is this real life? It has the same effect as Avatar did in the movies, where people are just like, I want to live here. I want to be a crocodile. This is my life.
The last game you'd expect.
So like, people are predicting that, and I kind of agree with this. That and over the next upcoming years, the next. Shut up, Mike. The next Nintendo system will be completely portable, and it will have an HDMI port to plug into your TV. That's what a lot of people are thinking that's going to happen. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they can keep doing what they're doing because they got a good market where like they can hit both. And then people are like, oh, the Wii U is not doing well. The 3DS is killing. It's ridiculous.
Really killing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's killing. It's annihilating.
I think that maybe sort of bringing the two together because they almost have that with the Wii U with the controller.
With the gamepad.
Because the controller can play some games.
Yeah, I think that was the cool thing with like people's like I think people that don't have a Wii U, they see the gamepad as like something that's just like it's not worth it. But like if you have a 3DS and you like people that didn't have one probably see the touchscreen is useless. But once you have it and you're using it, it makes complete sense.
It's so great.
And then like I think that like to me the Wii U was a giant 3DS. Like even when you like Monster Hunter, when you switch from 3DS to Wii U, it's pretty much the same thing on both screens.
Yeah. That is true.
Remember that one kid I told you who said like the Wii
they're
is
just the same.
He said something dumb again. I brought my book, I was reading a book or whatever. He was like, "Why are you reading a book? It's the summer." I was like, "What? You can read
this
books?"
This kid's just ignorant.
I was like, "Oh God, go home, please leave me alone." But I couldn't. He worked with me.
So you turn around and walk down the hall and turn around and you walk back to work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Michael, you guys were saying that they're already kind of.
What was I saying?
The Wii U and the 3DS are already kind of relating.
I don't
know if Mike said that.
I didn't say anything.
Miles, maybe.
I don't know what you.
I was trying.
Wait, Chris, chill. You might earn this ire.
Miles is saying that, and not that it's worth too much, but like your Nintendo ID, which is what you look up to go on like the message boards for Nintendo and stuff.
You can finally put it on your 3DS.
You can put it on your 3DS, so it's like
the nittas are on your.
Yes.
You hit up your nittas.
You can hit up your nittas.
I
just got it.
My nittas. Nintendo
Wow. But yeah, no, so you can use on both, so it's like, you have your profile on both consoles, which is pretty cool.
The problem is the 3DS still uses friend codes. Thank God the Wii U doesn't.
Yeah,
but we're trying.
Antiquated system.
Smash Online said they're going to use Nintendo IDs. I think that might just be Wii U. It could be both. I don't know. But
Nintendo ID you have to use to get the Nintendo ID on. Ignore me. That was stupid.
Okay.
I thought you said something. I thought you said something else.
I'm using more for the rest of this.
Yeah, seriously. We're just going to edit out all of his shenanigans.
I thought you were referring to something else. Oh my god.
Alright, well, I guess that was Chris's week in a nutshell, apparently.
That was
a nutshell.
Yeah, seriously. Michael, what have you been up to? Since Miles has been talking enough.
I have, let's see here. Oh, Warlords of Draenor beta.
Are you in it?
Yeah, I'm in it. I've been in it for a while now.
Yeah, he's been in everything.
Yeah.
You're in the Warlords beta?
I was in the alpha. I was in the pre-alpha. I was in the home alpha.
What?
Yeah.
Is it amazing?
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you shake Chris Messon's hand. I mean, you get into all this stuff.
I bet.
No,
I
I
had
never shook
no
his hand.
idea.
But
I got very close, but I shied out.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
I thought he was going to yell at me.
That is so crazy.
It is.
Tell me everything.
Wow. Christopher is a fanboy right now. But,
yeah.
Again, for the audience at home, Chris is doing the most moe thing ever. I hope Senpai notices.
I hope Senpai notices.
Alright, so
Whoa.
Warlords of Draenor, it's great. But
Michael, I cannot believe you're like a superstar to me right now.
I know.
Mine
You
was
are
a beta,
Chris
I
Benson.
didn't care.
Shut up, Miles.
Mike was over there like,
Alright,
you didn't care about me till I had the beta.
Alright, so maybe I'll save this for next week now.
No.
Alright, so the beta, it starts you off, you make a pre-made character, level 90, whatever. Decent armor, you can get better from raiding, but that's besides the point. I really like the stat switch and the new stats that are in there.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, like they as they do with these betas, they have like vendors
Gives you
and chance
stuff.
for this stuff so that you can like equip your armor however you choose. So that's good. It sort of skips like the intro cinematic sort of thing, and it just dumps you into Cannon Jungle in the middle of the Iron Horde, building up this giant mass. And you go through, and it's basically like you go through the entire, like not the entire zone, half the zone, and it's completely fortified, giant arenas, huge mine shafts that you go into. You free tons of slaves, and you build an army of Draenei and Orc. The orcs are evil. Orcs are evil because I'm a lion, so all orcs are evil. Screw you. And then you go through. You're running around with Khadgar, and I'll be honest. The one thing that I really loved with this is that it's not just you. Like Khadgar's not just standing up on a hill going, "You kill the orcs, kill 15 orcs."
I'll give you some gold.
I'll give you some gold. I'll give you some gold and a pair of boots.
Yeah.
Go bring me their heads. Yes, sir. But like you go down into there and sure, Khadgar's still standing up on the hill, but like Thrall is there and he's running around and he's beating up orcs with a hammer. And
Also, Thrall looks so cool in this
I think-
expansion.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that ponytail. Oh.
I'd hit it.
You would, Victor. But
Not his wife though. She's a troll.
oh,
She's rough.
she never got an updated model.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is she not
I don't
important?
know.
Hey,
We
I don't
haven't
think
seen
they've
her since
updated
Cataclysm.
They're gonna update the NPCs.
We haven't seen
Oh
her
yeah,
since
'cause she's like a regular
Cataclysm.
NPC. That's why.
I guess we haven't.
Well,
Yeah.
have they done female orcs yet? Have they ever-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess is it? I think some of them are. All of them are in the game yet,
She's
are
just
they?
gonna look like a person.
Yeah, but she'll have
But
like
nothing's-
an updated female orc model. So you
Yeah.
won't look
Yeah,
like
but she's not gonna.
She won't look special.
We haven't seen her since the end of Cataclysm when Alex Johnson was like, "Don't worry about the test. You're pregnant."
So weirdest ending. And she's pregnant.
So you two
she's
have been,
breathing forth new life.
Yeah, I saw that. So the only
That's a
point of her
strange
being there,
ending.
she's just there for the child.
Children.
She's there to facilitate.
Yeah,
that.
she's
There's
there
no-
for Thrall to have
Well,
children.
it stopped the whole Thrall Jaina waifu thing finally.
Ew.
Ah.
People wanted that for a long time.
It's because they
Well-
were. It's because they were really. It's really the
Oh,
closest
okay.
that a human and an orc have come relations wise.
Tell that to Tyrion.
Because otherwise,
Yeah, because they both wanted peace,
all right.
so they were trying.
Actually,
to forge peace.
Tyrion has never been friends with an orc. He saved an orc's life because he's honorable.
They're like, what's the? They had some title for it.
Yeah.
They're like blood brothers now or something.
Jada has an interesting
Him
choice
and,
in the end.
It's,
What-
him
who
and
is it?
Eitrig.
Yeah, Eitrig.
Eitrig, who's actually one of Thrall's like right hand mans.
He has that
Man,
beard.
He's like one of the most powerful shamans now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyways, back to fanboying.
How are some of the new? So it seems like what you're saying is questing overall is better.
Did you kill
Yeah.
any board?
Well-
Questing doesn't feel like questing
Well-
as much.
Well, the point that I wanted to make is that you don't feel like that you're questing. You feel like that you're sort of leading this charge because, like, when NPCs move, they're not like running in a line, and they're not like when you're running down a hill with a bunch of NPCs because you just collapsed some mines. They're just running whichever way. They're not like in single file lines. They're sort of fluid move.
So it feels a bit more real.
It's more immersive.
Immersive.
So it's like that original World of Warcraft trailer with like the humans and orcs on opposite sides and then rushing down the field.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Sweet.
I was actually waiting. Do you know how you guys know how like to reroll a lot?
I was with you the entire time.
Yes.
And he meets
my second hero.
And he meets who does he meet? I think he meets someone else. You meet someone else.
Is this gonna be the
like
mother of
a Draenor version of someone else?
Is it gonna be the mother of Garona?
Huh?
Is it gonna be like the mother of Garona?
Maybe. I don't know.
Vindicator Murad.
Because Garona is Vindicator Murad's niece, but she's a half orc.
Her name's Garona, isn't it?
Garona half orc.
Half working. That's what it is.
Yes.
Garona
my name's
half.
Blacky Black.
was half orphan because the CE means.
Yeah, it's something
English.
like
It's so bad.
Half orc.
She also kills Varian's father, so you know.
And she's doing it with Medivh until Medivh died.
And then she has a son, Madan, who's the new guardian of Tristfall.
Okay,
Except not
you
really,
two.
because you know Chris Metzen doesn't want to mention him ever, and you know.
Yeah.
Chris Metzen's like Madan.
So Wildstorm.
I gotta do something with
what
it.
are they called? Wildstorm comics. Yeah. Only one that matters is Varian. The ones with Madan, no.
I do not care about that.
So what else do we have? Do you talk about the stat stat squish and the new stats?
Let's talk about let's go with the stat squish because I really like the opening intro. You sort of have to play it to like really feel it because it gets you into thinking that you're actually leading a charge into this place. You walk through a portal and you're like, they're literally set because there's a giant battle tank rolling towards you. If you in Oblivion, the Great Gate, you know how you had that giant thing that's just rolling towards the gate.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, sort of like that, where you just sort of walk in and you're looking down and you're like, there's that thing over there, and that looks like it's gonna kill everyone. You end up destroying it. They don't have a cinematic for it yet. It's gonna look awesome, but immediately after you do all that jazz, you run down some docks, get onto a boat. And because it's beta, you are somehow in Shadow Moon. Shadow Moon Valley to the south. So
Shadow Moon is the Alliance capital.
Yeah, that's where the Alliance starts.
Our capital city is the Black Temple before it's corrupted.
No,
not anymore.
No, it's not.
It used to be.
It's not.
They
What?
changed it. I know.
What? Oh,
They changed
my.
This was huge. This sucks. This sucks.
The new capital cities within Draenor are going to be on the outside of Ashron, the PvP world.
They're two cities right on the opposite sides of the PvP zone.
What the hell are
Right?
they doing?
Right?
That was the coolest story ever.
I know. I was so excited too.
Miles is about 2 months behind on that.
Yeah, you're a little behind on that.
It's like I was so into
Even
WoW,
Chris
and I'm
knew
taking
that.
I'm taking
I didn't know.
a 5 month,
Well, you
probably
know,
like a 7 month
sorry,
break
yeah, I
now,
don't-
and I'm
I
enjoying
don't
it.
count. I don't pay attention.
So I occasionally go to MO Champion, look at Warlocks. Oh, they took something
Yeah.
away. They haven't changed anything. We're getting worse. Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, that was huge controversy.
Yeah.
People were pissed.
I'm pissed.
I'm going to go.
It could have been
and-
the Black Temple before it was the Black Temple.
Yeah.
The Draenei.
If only we had a video for that.
But,
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
But Shadow Moon is gorgeous. Also, I'm gonna say
Is
that
all of it just gorgeous?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, Chris, so
Yes?
you know, when you walk in grass in World
Oh
of
my
Draenor,
gosh.
the grass
Negron.
parts.
I went into Negron. Negron is
That's
beautiful.
what?
Negron is
Oh,
beautiful.
of course it is.
Negron is beautiful. I walked in there and I was like,
Round 2.
Oh my god.
by the way, your garrison is still in Shadow Moon and it's right outside the city. So
And you can't, like, the Alliance one's always there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the Alliance one is always there. The Horde one is always in.
Do you?
Frostfire.
Is it like a? I forget the. Do you like teleport? Like once you enter the zone, like how does it work with your garrison? Like,
Your garrison sits there in a mountaintop.
do other people
That-
see
that-
their own garrison when they
Yeah,
approach?
Yes.
it's because
It's like an
they're
instance?
all on the same exact spot. But
So I want to know at what point can you run with someone and then just vanish?
I don't think that they have that implemented yet.
Okay.
Because Blizzard has had like half phasing where like I think that the first time that they really did that was like in Molten Cataclysm questing thing.
Okay.
But like basically Molten Front, you can go in there, do quests, and the tree grows.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. I've done
that
this.
one. Yeah, tons of fire everywhere, but there's a tree. But like for one person, like I've completed pretty much everything there, so there's a giant tree for me. But I can see you walk in for the first time.
Yeah.
Even though things are different, we see different NPCs.
So maybe
You
the
know.
garrisons don't. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah,
it would be cool.
I imagine that there's going to be some way to show other people your garrison. It's
Yeah.
really cool right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are they good with someone who's been there? Is it nice?
Yes, I'm gonna say that I was really apprehensive at first,
Of
but
course.
but you get in there and they show you like, you know, they have you go around and talk with some of the NPCs who are supposed to be, and then they go. Actually, they have you go around and they have you like collect supplies.
Mhm.
Use those first supplies that you get to build a barracks, first barracks,
Sweet.
and then you recruit your first hero.
Right.
And yeah, you recruit.
Hero.
Yeah,
What is this, Warcraft 3?
Oh god.
yeah. It's,
Sweet.
Job's done.
but
Tombstone.
yeah, you recruit these people, and I loved it because my first one, Night Elf Druid, and I was like,
Oh
yes.
god.
Druids. there.
Sorry, I'm a Druid all the way, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Druids. I want just tons of
Now,
Druids in my
people
base.
had some complaints. I was reading a bunch of things.
They're
People
wrong.
had well, perfect. But they
Alright,
just had
so-
they had complaints that they felt the garrisons were forced upon people. Are garrisons? Do you like in order to go through story and to progress through warlords? Do you have to do a garrison?
You do not have to complete a garrison.
But you probably have to start.
But you
There-
have to at least
there-
do it.
Yeah, you have to
Nothing
build,
wrong with
build
that.
a barracks.
I like.
And
this is the
then
thing.
and then you can leave. You really only have to like go talk to some people. It's not like it's game breaking. It's like 5-10 minutes.
That's the
you go,
game.
You go
Yeah.
I know, like
first-
that
That's
bugs me.
what a war
People
Yeah.
are like, oh, we want player housing. Oh, I don't want to be forced into
That's
it.
like saying when you when you first make a new character, you
I
gotta
don't
go
want
around,
to be forced into
you
it.
gotta go around finding like meat and stuff. You gotta do things in WoW.
And-
You do it
And
for another
the-
stupid
the
quest.
The only forced part of it is because the reason why you have a garrison isn't just because big man like Chris Metzen sticks his head out from the clouds and goes, hey, that player character, give him a castle. I want to give him a castle.
Yeah.
And Varian Rin with a tear in his eye salutes and goes, yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Metzen.
But no, it's because you're a commander in the Alliance army.
And you
Because
need.
you're a legit, you're a dude.
You're a
People know who you
That's
are.
pretty. Because
This
it's like
is the
you've been
difference
right. That's
with-
pretty cool. Because like
And the thing is, you show up in other, because you can build like outposts and stuff like that. You show up in these cities and they're like, greetings, commander.
that's
and
so.
I'm
That's
so
the difference
amazingly
between
awesome.
warlords and the old republic.
Yeah, because like the old Republic, that's what. That's
I'm a
one of the
Sith
reasons I
Lord.
stopped.
Well,
I'm
go
a Sith
kill some
Lord.
womp rats.
If I'm a Sith Lord, and we're a bunch of I'm Sith Lord. I'm super evil. I just killed my own master. Oh, go to this planet and help these nobles. Yes, they need
Oh,
you.
God.
And they're gonna belittle me the whole time. No, that's
Well,
like because before you were like
politics,
a champion in the alliance. You kept rising up as expansion. Now you're a commander. Like that's so amazing.
That's
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
pretty
Yeah.
As they put more stuff into the game, it's gotten better and like that.
I saw.
And now it's just great because like you walk in and everyone's like, greetings, commander.
That's
What do you
sweet.
want us to do?
Yeah.
They're like,
You're in
NPCs
charge.
are treating you with respect. They know that you know what you're
Fake
doing.
people, finally.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
respects me.
I just think it's cool. Like that was
Yeah,
one of
no,
my
it's
favorite things
great.
I
to
get
do.
the respect that I crave in real life.
Pretty much.
Well, so something interesting about that, just quickly. I saw a picture of some NPC in the garrison saying, if you're exalted with certain cities, we can get warriors from that city to help you in your garrison. I don't know if that's implemented yet or whatnot, but I saw a screenshot of an NPC saying that. It was on the top boards of warlords on Reddit.
I
So,
do not know.
Yeah, but how cool would that be? You can bring a Draenei warrior or
It takes a
something.
bit of time to get it in there because there's
It appears that when you're like basically finish the garrison too, that you can also get other warriors there from other cities.
Yeah,
which is cool.
And there's a lot of ways to get different supplies. Like they start you off
Not just
with a
one
decent,
stupid daily or something.
Yeah, they start you off. There's dailies for it, but the thing is that what I've seen, there's rares, and there's a lot of rares, like tons of rares. Like you can just.
Okay.
But you know.
Yep. Especially outside Garrus. Hope you guys like our wait lines.
Oh my God.
Yeah, got to log on yesterday, but yeah. So like rares will always drop garrison supplies.
Oh, that's fun.
Which you can use, yeah, and that's rares across the entire continent. And I've seen tons of rares, and they show up on your mini map now, and it's
Good.
yeah.
That's sweet. I saw so many updates to War. Like stupid, like the cape animation's better, and now it wiggles behind you. Minute small, but that's so cool.
Just watch out whose capes you're staring at, because you could get the Stormwind Guard on you for that.
Oh God.
Being a
you
Stormwind
really
Guard,
can't, but-
their new armor looks so good.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
It looks like looks
guard.
like your guard armor instead of wearing like tin cans and
Oh
plastic.
my God.
Yeah.
They're trying. Speaking of Warcraft, did you guys read that they're done all the filming for the movie?
Yeah, I
All
read
the
that.
filming
All
is
of
done.
it? I saw the logo the other day.
It's just gonna spend.
We got the logo for later.
Oh, okay, nice.
It just.
We're not going to talk about the logo.
Wait, is this on docket?
LOGO.
Yeah, it's on docket.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll save that for later.
Save for nationals.
Save that shit for nationals. Yeah. So Michael and I started playing ESO, and I hate it. I'm gonna be honest.
You hate it?
I don't like it.
Michael, as an MMO, you're a bit of an MMO guy as well.
I'm more of a WoW guy.
Oh.
I'm the MMO guy. Just play like anytime one comes out, need to play it. Let's see what it's
Yeah,
about.
really.
And I haven't played ESO yet.
I was excited for ESO.
Wait, so hold on. So first, let me hear from someone.
Okay,
Did you played Skyrim?
Yes.
Have you played
Have I
Oblivion?
played Skyrim? Have I played Oblivion? Yes, I haven't played Morrowind because I tried to play it too late.
Morrowind's a
That walk animation, I was like, I can't do this.
Morrowind's different.
But,
So, okay, but those.
Did I say my quote about the Argonians and slaves?
No.
Was that?
No,
Never mind.
I think that was me
I'm
and
like-
you probably.
Huh?
I think that was just
No,
us.
Is that in
I
bad
like it.
taste?
All right. Never mind. I'll let the crowd think about that for.
But what did you think? What did you think, Victor?
It was pretty. I don't know. The problem might be more of my computer being a piece of shit.
Mainly lag and that
texture
case.
popping. There's a lot of problems with it. For my computer, which is weird because my computer runs everything else just fine. You know.
Wow.
But yeah. Wow. My computer decimates. Wow. My computer's just a small laptop.
Well, wait. Let's.
Well,
It doesn't decimate.
Oh my
now,
God.
Because you're probably running it on like high or.
It's whatever. It runs it.
I like to run it on extra ultra.
Extra ultra. What am I, Miles?
I actually see curves.
Well, my problem is playing with other people
I see
wasn't
WoW better than Metzen does.
like that. Michael and I tried questing together, and the way the UI works, it's hard to follow your person you're questing with, and it kind of blows.
Hard is an understatement.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because
It's
You can explain
near
that
impossible. It's just a pain because there's like when you're looking right at them, it's easy to follow them because they're standing right freaking in front of you. That's not the issue. It's when they're not right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this little like inch long arrow thing. Not even an arrow. It's just point of an arrow that sits off to the side, and you don't see it because it blends in with everything else. Because it's not bright enough.
This is what
This
is
is
it?
like when we're in a party together.
Okay.
So
Yeah, this is just
Oh, I
trying to
remember you guys
find-
bringing this up the other day. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
just
was
trying
tough to
find
be in
out
a
where
party.
Your friends are, and
Yeah.
your friend could be like just off to your right, but you don't see them, but you don't even know where they are because well, you don't have a mini map. I don't because that's an Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Still sucks, but you know.
It's just at the bottom line. Michael and I were talking. We're like, we would have preferred a multiplayer Elder Scrolls game instead of
if we were not on Skype, it would have been impossible.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think whenever they get that fixed, I think it will be like I don't know because the way I'm treating it and probably why I haven't gotten into it yet. To me, it's still because like I because I've been playing it so often and seeing the revisions and stuff from like back in April of last year when I got invited to the beta. So like to me, it feels like it's an Elder Scrolls game, not really an MMO as much.
Do
That's
you
the
feel
problem,
that?
though.
Do you feel that?
That's the problem.
I feel like
Does it feel like an Elder Scrolls game? As someone who's played a lot of Elder Scrolls games.
I played a lot of Elder Scrolls games.
Because I've played a lot of Elder
And
Scrolls.
I still play a lot of Elder Scrolls games. Every once in a while when I'm just looking at Steam and I'm like, Skyrim, I can play you. I got like 50 mods.
But do you think it feels like an Elder Scrolls game?
First of all, it feels like Skyrim, the MMO.
I feel like I feel like it's only half an Elder Scrolls game. Like they have like little things that remind me of how Elder Scrolls plays. Like when you walk into a house, you can pick anything up. You can take their bread and you can eat it in front of them. And you can open up all their cabinets. But unlike Elder Scrolls games, NPCs will just sit there and stare at you, and they'll go, "Don't worry, it'll respawn."
Here's the kind of the thing put in perspective. Say like your mom makes these fantastic eggs, and like I don't know why they're just really good, and she hands someone else that recipe. They can still make the eggs, but it's not the same eggs.
Of course, yeah.
It's kind of like that. You know
That's
what I mean?
basically
That's my problem with it. It's a good game. I'm gonna get the Xbox One version because that way I have no graphic issues, and I'll probably play the whole thing by myself.
You know who did RPG open world co-op like the best?
Saints Row.
Well, okay.
I know it's not RPG.
RPG Overwatch Saints Row co-op. Saints Row, yes.
Michael and I have played so much.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say, Saints Row technically could be an RPG because you do roleplay as a gangster.
You leveling
up.
You level up.
It's not exactly what I was talking about. Obviously,
improve your abilities.
I like me some Saints Row, but you're full of shit.
I don't know. 3 or 4 might be.
And in the 4th game, you fly around and you shoot things.
Oh yes.
The 4th game feels very
common for
RPG.
RPGs.
It feels,
and it is beautiful
the
because
4th game's an RPG.
it is an RPG.
Okay.
It's an RPG.
Fantasy, fine. Anyway, you
Sci-fi,
two.
actually.
Fable 2. I think Fable 2 and 3 did that very well.
What Fable 2 did not do very well? Balancing their game discs that way. They did not scratch inside your game as you were saving your high.
If someone's a little salty about Fable.
I remember like talking to Michael about Fable 2. He's like, "Oh yeah, I almost beat it." It's like, "Yeah, I can't play it anymore." Like, well, what happened? Like this is
Miles, I had everything in that game. Except
Fable 2 was good. That was real.
Me and Miles, when this happened, we were about to go and finish the arena. We were about to walk into the last arena room where the giant troll thing is, and we're like, we got this on lock. We got this. We're gonna complete it in like the really short time to get all the rewards and 100%. I already got all the gargoyles and the silver keys. Junk like that. I was like, whatever. I can't.
That just requires time.
Yeah, that's nothing, you know. And my game started, and I went to go and save it, and my game crashed as I was saving it, and the entire
because we were in
Skype.
We were on Xbox at the time. And you're like, "Oh, my game crashed while I was saving." Like, wait, what happened? And like we were supposed to like freaking out, wondering what happened.
Oh, so it corrupted and
the entire thing is corrupt. It's gone.
That is so brutal.
Only
you know deep down in your soul that you completed the game.
Yes.
Yes. You can't show that to your friends, Chris.
I cannot.
I don't believe you.
Victor's not buying it.
Shut up, Victor. Didn't ask you.
So everyone has a gripe with a Fable game. My gripe is Fable 3.
Everyone's gripe is Fable 3.
Fable 3 is the gripe.
Yeah.
No, the one thing is when you're the king or queen, when you're at the end of the game, it's like...
We try not to talk about this too often.
So
if
sad.
I think I know what you're about to say.
It's like, alright, you got like a year to get your finances in order. Okay, I got a year.
So like,
you got like 6 months to get your finances
most
in order.
people are like, yeah, I got a year. I'll just keep going through the game. Once it gets to 10 days, I'm ready to go.
149 days. I went, okay, that's fine. 149 days. I was like, there's about a 50-day jump last time, so I think I'm going to do this.
We had the
and then
same
next time I'm going
line
to
of
wait.
thought here.
We all did.
We all did.
Not time.
To just wait. And it's just like, next day, it's like, guess what? Everyone's dying.
Everyone's dead, and it's your fault. It's like,
well, even the strippers, I just hired them.
You don't understand. We ran out of a budget, so we skipped some days. I hope you understand.
I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. I remember being like, It was the only game where I truly felt like defeated.
Hold on, are you saying that Lionhead ran out of a budget?
Yeah,
That's sort of funny for a game where you're playing a kingdom where you have to manage a budget.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you were supposed to do it already. We didn't either. Good luck.
But I still love Peter Molyneux. He's my hero.
He's an interesting guy.
He's the greatest guy ever.
Can I just say though, because I played evil, and so I got all the money, but I put all the money into my personal bank, so everyone still died.
Not to the kingdom's back. Oh my god. What? Why?
I plundered the kingdom of its riches.
You played it extra evil.
Well, you kind of, you actually
yeah.
have to. I remember I felt bad doing this. You actually have to do that because like you have to put it all into your personal bank and then empty it to get a chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oh, I remember that.
Although
I forgot about
the sword that you get from the chest, you can only activate the stuff by doing evil things. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's like I
having
got the sword. It's
having
like all the
orgies
evil
and
stuff. It's like
killing
okay,
people
this
after
is
you
useless.
impregnate them.
No, into that room. Oh, the pause menu was so good in that game.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it took a while to load though. I remember like there was the achievement for not dying. Remember I like paused and switched out as fast as I could when I was getting killed by like the werewolves. So, like I was freaking out. I was like, don't die. And I got back to the room when I was alive.
That game did
The
something.
butler
right.
was awesome. You just paused the game.
Oh,
He's
he
like,
was
yo.
voiced by someone very famous. I forget that.
I don't know. But
Like they
he's
got
like, yo, what do
someone
you want?
nice. They got like a butler to voice the butler.
That reminds me. In Titanfall. I'm sorry I keep going back to
What?
this. So
We're
you
gonna
had
get
me
back to
forgetting-
co-op on Fable somehow.
I haven't even gone yet.
Titanfall.
This
All right.
started off on World of Warcraft.
Titanfall.
You can't get us on the WoW.
So you have in Titanfall, you have mechs, you know, obviously Titanfall. So you can pretend you're Iron Man pretty much, and you can have a voice called Jeeves, and it's just this British
Awesome.
guy, and he talks to you. It's so awesome. He says random stuff to you. He's like, "I'll get you some tea while you're gone, like when you leave your thing or whatever." He's like, "I'll do my best taking care of the ship for you."
Your best.
And the best British voice ever.
Excellent.
But I guess we can go to Miles now since he wants to talk. Or
Let me
something.
just.
Alright.
Anyway,
let's
I
cut
thought
on.
Fable 2 and 3 did a good job with co-op, and I think that's how the Elder Scrolls game should do it.
I forgot
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're talking about.
Where you just
Yeah,
throw in.
that was the that was the
Jeez, where you
subject.
just throw in a very generic archetype, like a mage, a battle mage, something equal to your level, throw them in, then you can play with someone.
Well, I liked in 3 though, like 3 didn't do that. 3 took your character. 2 was like you picked a random thing of 3, which I thought was dumb. But in
Well,
3,
I thought that
you
was
took
cool
your
because then you
character.
could pick a play like if you're you
Well,
could
because,
play
like,
a type of
yeah.
character.
When you were doing that,
And
you
two,
weren't like
and two,
progressing.
The only
though.
thing that transferred was your skills.
Yeah.
Like nothing else transferred.
Oh, you mean in 3 you could take
Yeah,
your
you could
actual
take your character
No,
and actually work on
okay,
it with
so
your
that
friend.
yeah. In
Also-
Elder Scrolls, that'd be
also-
good if they match levels.
Also, I really liked the weapons in 3, but not the armor because the best
What
clothing,
armor?
the best clothing.
Oh.
Yeah, it
There's no
didn't.
armor. The
At
best
the- like, it
clothing
didn't
wears the
matter.
king stuff because it has like it makes you attractive and it makes people like you. And
Yeah.
why else would you wear clothing? To make people afraid of you.
It was like-
how the heck are you gonna buy a house
it's like
with
they
that?
went against their own
There was
philosophy.
more DLC clothing than like actual.
Well, it's like they
clothing.
went against their own philosophy.
It's kinda
like,
like-
you don't wear armor, so you can wear anything. But now it's like, but some clothing is better than others. Like, well, then what the hell? Then
Like,
why
there's
would
really
I?
no reason to wear anything other than the king's stuff because it has the highest pluses to everything, and legitimately everything else looks terrible.
This is how Blizzard is trying to balance Warlock pets. It doesn't work.
Oh god.
Oh my god, you can't guess.
Alright, so my week.
Hold on. I just wanted to finish up Fable 3, even though everyone died. I actually had a lot of fun because since everyone was dead, the game doesn't really recognize that, so you can sort of go around and buy properties really cheap because they're all vacant. And you can break into like
I think the game knows they're dead.
and you, no. They it doesn't know it because you can break into like shops.
Oh, you
Because
still get in
everyone-
trouble.
Because literally everyone's dead. You can just walk up to a shop, punch the door in, middle of the day, walk in and take.
But like
everything.
the bell still rings, like
Yes.
you're breaking in. It's like,
Yeah, but-
who's
but-
gonna get me?
Yeah, guards are dead.
Yeah.
Shopkeepers dead. Random villagers walking around.
If you
dead.
wait, I think it's a month. People come back or something. 'Cause
That's a long time.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I remember I logged back in like a year ago or something, and I was like, "Huh, this is wild."
I forgot about that with the Fable games, like 2 and 3. Like since you bought houses, when you stop playing, come back and just give you money.
Just all you gotta do is.
I
log
I
in by
forgot
the
about that.
I
I remember
would've
I
been-
cheated
Yeah,
because
Oh,
you
yeah.
changed the clock.
Yeah.
And I was like,
actually
I
never
did-
did
I
that. I
did
just
that.
logged it every day, at least to get the money.
yeah. I think you could change the clock. I
Yeah,
forget.
you could. You could
I
change the
did
Xbox
that. I
spot.
did that as well because you. For those of you who play Fable 2,
This might be why your file
and
got corrupted.
Fable 3 actually.
Yeah.
what you do is you just go around, you spend all your money, buy property.
I thought that was cool.
If
I thought that was a
if
neat
you're
mechanic.
evil, you just rack it all up and you charge orphans.
Taxes way up.
You charge them until you make them move out for your new brothel.
And
Oh my god.
yeah, and money, and goes
The
right into my
morality
personal
system in
bank.
that game.
But
You want to build a church or a brothel? Ah.
brothel, and put the money right into my personal bank, just that way we are all clear about how this is going down.
Just so we know who's in charge here.
I don't want to give a false pretense. Like I'm not doing this for anyone's welfare. But oh gosh, where was I?
Something about brothel.
Oh yeah. All right. So what you do is then you save your game. You unplug it from the internet. You go into. You
just change the clock, don't you? Go inside.
but you have to unplug it from the internet.
Yeah.
Because when you plug it
Yeah,
from the internet,
it realizes
fixes it.
Yeah.
So you unplug it from the internet.
God, we're such scumbags.
You change the
We
top.
can't just play the game.
I didn't do this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's because Miles is the
Oh,
ultimate good, and Victor, I don't think he cares enough to.
I'm
do that.
usually pretty good.
I'm just apathetic.
Apathetic toward.
I'm a pathetic guy. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm just pure evil in games, so I'm like, psh, I worship some evil deity. Why would he give me money? That's how I justify it in my mind whenever I cheat in games.
Oh my god.
Your sense of morality is a little skewed.
So,
Oh, my sense of morality is very skewed.
Oh.
Never play like card games with me. I cheat a lot. I cheat in most games. When I pull something I don't want to, I generally. I shouldn't tell this to Miles because he likes to play Yu-Gi-Oh with me, but I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I know you don't, but I know how to play now, so I
yeah,
watch
move,
you.
yeah, move.
But I've cheated in Solitaire, not Solitaire. Actually, in Solitaire. I've cheated in War. I've cheated
Solitaire.
in
It's
Oh
a
my
one-player
God, you need
game.
to Stop with the
How do you cheat against yourself?
I think you need to realize how my sense of morality in games, because you see, people think, oh my gosh, sportsmanship. No, winning.
Oh my god.
Well,
Alright.
You either win or you lose. You're either
Oh, God.
winner
We gotta
or
ask
loser.
Miles how the
Okay.
hell is week.
Okay, real 2 seconds.
It's
This-
not-
Let him take his time, whatever.
This is reminding me of, speaking of Michael and his corruption. Miles, do you remember when me and our one friend Chris were playing friggin' Kirby's Air Ride and we accidentally deleted your file? You had everything.
I'm so
in
pissed.
the
What?
game.
Yes.
And-
You deleted his
My
file?
entire
no.
file.
We didn't do it. He took the control from us and did it by accident on himself. But he blamed us. I remember
Whose fault is this?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry.
And what sucks is like after I got most of it back on my own, kids from my church came over and wiped my whole GameCube memory card.
What?
So I said, "Fuck it!" Got extra replays, just got all the things unlocked.
So would I. That'd be infuriating.
That was back when I didn't feel like unlocking Smash Bros. Characters, so I was like, Miles, can I borrow your file? And I would copy his file onto my memory card. And
No, I remember
She
because
never-
I was upset at you for the stupidest reason because I was doing subspace. I thought I was the furthest, so I was so happy. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna unlock all the characters. Like, oh yeah, I have them all. I was like,
Oh,
what?
'cause
I
I-
did stamina
Right.
poison and just kept hitting A.
I woke up early in the morning and unlocked all the
Deep
Smash
down
Bros. characters.
inside, you're all just me.
Oh my god.
Deep down inside,
Deep
we're
down
all-
inside, you're all just as evil and you
Well-
don't care enough.
well, from my
about the
perspective-
rules, and you're like,
From my
well, I
perspective,
care,
Michael
so I
Michael is
will.
evil.
From my perspective, the Jedi are
I've
evil.
made that one clear throughout my entire life.
Alright,
Not
You
let's-
sure.
brought up erasing memory. This just reminds you. Someone said this in GameStop the other day. Do you remember like the bizarre
No.
memory card thing that was like in gaming, where you always had to buy a memory card, and it was like megabytes, and it was
Yeah.
like
Eight?
80. Yeah, eight.
That was the PS1. Was
8 megabytes, and it was like
Oh, PS2.
$40.
Yeah.
What?
You can put a
Now you
total
can buy
of,
an SD card for like 15 with the gigs on it. It's ridiculous.
and it's like that's like 2.5 songs, low quality. might add.
And that's also only like how many years ago? What, 10?
And that was
Yeah.
quality.
No, more.
And that was quality.
Yeah, and people were like,
that wasn't people feeling like, man, I got gypped. That was like, man, I got an 8 megabit.
dude, I can get like another half game.
I had 3 of them.
I gotta buy another one.
I would like color them different colors so I knew which one to bring over to people's
Same.
houses. But let's
I
see.
remember always losing them.
Oh god, that was the
Be
worst.
like, I can't play
Tony
this.
Hawk 3 save. No.
It's not bad.
Well, what for like the PlayStation? Wasn't there like memory card like extensions where you could like plug it into the memory card thing and you could put in 2 memory cards?
Probably, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
don't
thought that I
remember
saw
that.
something like that once.
I don't remember that.
Extra
Because,
memory. Then you
the
could have
PlayStation
like
used to
a
have
gig.
the memory card. These had like the memory card slot and the controller port were like right on top
Yeah.
of each other. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
So I did some math. So it would cost you $330 to host what we have right now on the podcast, using those $40
Oh my god.
8
To host
megabyte
what we have.
with $330.
Oh, thank God that's over with.
Oh my god. Since we don't give a shit about Miles, let's go to the news.
Wait, real fast. I've been waiting.
All right, Miles.
So-
real quick, just say what you played.
I'm pretty
If
sure
we're
he's
interested, we'll ask
he's
you
been
about
patient.
it. If not, we'll just keep
I'm
it.
pretty sure I talked about Zillion last week. I did.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
So
Last
this
week you
week,
did that,
mostly, I've been playing through Hearthstone.
You told us about that already.
Expansion.
No,
Well, I'm talking about the most recent one. So I've been playing Hearthstone. That's pretty good. But the main thing I've been playing was my guilty pleasure that I've gotten back to is Maple Story.
Oh,
Which-
God.
Oh,
I remember that.
I saw Michael on that the other day, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What the hell is
It's
Michael
like,
doing?"
It's like 1 in the morning. I'm like, Miles, what are you doing? I'm about to go to bed. He's like, I'm playing Maple Story.
Maple Story. What are you
And
guys
he said it with
doing?
a serious voice. I was like, oh, I want to leave him alone.
I can't do that.
It's like, I'm just like, because they
Guilty
revamped.
pleasure is the right
So the
word.
cool thing is, like, they revamped not only my character, but all the original characters. And the thing about my character is, I steal abilities from the original characters.
This
So,
Gabe.
like, now I have, like, an arrow from the max level of Archer. I have arrows that I hold down on a button, which I play on an Xbox One pad, and I just plug it in and use X-Padder, because their default controls suck. So I play on an Xbox controller.
That's nice.
And
That's
so, like,
that's nice.
I hold down a trigger, I summon an arrows, like a bow, and it just rapid fires arrows like a machine gun. And I can press space, so for me that's like start or whatever the hell it's called on Xbox One. Press that, it leaves it there, I can summon another
I
one.
think it's menu, actually.
It probably.
Menu and view. Oh, real quick. This reminds me of a big... I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm going to forget about this.
Oh, well, let me finish
Go
real
ahead.
fast. So, like, the problem is with my character is, like, I steal a bunch of buffs, so I do, like my damage is, like, doubled from all the buffs I'm stealing from other people. And then, like, those arrows, every time I have 50% critical strike base on my character, not anything on my gear,
Oh, what?
it's pretty silly.
Classy.
It's pretty silly.
Oof.
But the thing with my
Maple
character,
Story.
It makes me want to turn my hand around like a switch.
the thing about my
Makes
character
me
is
want to almost look at that.
whenever
game.
he does a critical strike, he's a
love that
chance to
part.
summon a card, which he basically throws a card at an opponent, but it does like 300% weapon damage, hits them, and then it like stacks up. And once you get 40, it throws that entire stack, and you get a
they
buff.
call him Gambit.
So pretty much like, I mean, that's Phantom's pretty much Gambit.
Another card.
Pretty
Another
much.
card.
It's pretty cool. It's like, so like I summon 2 of those, and I'm just like machine gunning arrows and cards at enemies and just killing them. Like I'm up to the point I can solo bosses.
Oh, my God.
Like I do so much damage now.
So,
Maple Story. How about that?
I just
That
like
was
to play
mine.
my thief and run around and throw shurikens at people. That's really just how I
that
play.
also
it.
sounds like
I'm
fun.
I just hit the stealth button. I sneak past someone. I turn around and I just start chucking shurikens until they're dead, and then I hit stealth again.
Also, next one got more money out of me because I got to the point where I was killing stuff so fast. It's like I hate standing around and hitting Z or up on the
I don't
D.
hate
Game
it.
for something?
Yeah,
Oh
I hate
my
standing
God.
around.
Don't feel this freaking game.
I hate standing around and hitting
What, in
Z,
armor?
which is up on the D-pad to like pick up
Invictus.
items and stuff. Because I just stand there forever and hit
Also
Z to
next
pick up
one.
all my money. So it's like I'll just buy a baby dragon
Oh
and
my
give
God.
him a bunch of stuff, and he'll pick up all the shit for me.
Yeah.
So he just walks around and picks up all my items.
Oh my God.
Oh, so one last thing. I was looking at the
What
Maple
the
Story.
fuck thing?
I was
It's your
looking
week. It's your week.
to Maple Story 2. That game looks good.
I bet it does.
It's not coming out here for forever, but that
Oh, God.
Maple
Miles
Story
put on
2 is like
serious face.
so Maple Story is like 2D sprites.
Mm-hmm.
Maple Story 2 is like actual 3D and like not really Minecraft, but they're like blocks and like you walk on blocks.
You
and
had me
attack.
till you said block.
You're
That could
no, but
actually
like no. It's not like that. Like it's
Like
like
grid based.
the world. Yeah, it's grid based. So like,
Oh,
but it's 3D.
so sad.
So like you can, it's free movement. You can do an attack and like it like goes off based on the grid.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
And so like enemies aren't actually like
kind of like a
spaced out in
tactics
zones.
something.
Yeah, it's like tactics.
But it's
Yeah.
not turn based. Like it's all real time. So like, and like you can build houses and stuff. Like I'm sorry,
Is it
Maple
as good
Story
as Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness?
probably.
Oh, whoa!
Whoa! I never played that game. I'm just joining in.
I love
Maple
that.
Story
that.
has pulled me in now, and I'm in a guild now. We tried to do
You're in a guild.
last thing. I was sitting around in guilds.
Pathetic.
This person's like,
Oh
hey,
my
you don't have
God.
a guild, you want to join? Well, no, sure. And they're like, hey, let's go do this thing. So I had to look up online how to get to this place because it was like ridiculous how to get there because you had to go through a maze. Then you get to this thing where it's a jumping puzzle, and the problem is there's a pillar that goes back and forth. It touches you, you die, and the slowest
Maple
move
Story.
We spent more than 30 seconds talking about Maple Story.
Enough of that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Moving on.
I just want to keep going with Nexon.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
sure.
Don't bring up Vindictus.
I'm gonna bring up Vindictus. I'm not gonna bring up anything that we played on Vindictus. I've gone onto their Facebook and whenever they show like end game material, like that stuff looks
pretty good.
freaking awesome.
We just never get
The
it.
problem is going to take forever. Oh, look, Maple Story used to be like I was so happy when I got to
Like,
level
like,
100 in
just-
Maple
just
Story.
look up some
Guess
of
what the
those
max
boss fights
level
and
is now?
590.
250.
I was kind of close.
And the thing about Maple Story is like they added in quests, right? Remember, because we used to play before that. Before that was terrible. All you did was hit mobs. That was the game.
Do you remember the quest line that to get the one hat? Just to get the one hat, the one
Hat quest.
The
the
quest to end all hats.
the Japanese style.
TF2 would never have it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
round
Yeah,
top
yeah.
hat. I forget the name of it, but like
Yeah.
it's literally just a hat, and the quest line for that took like a week, and like you just had to kill things that were like 10 levels over you.
So quests in Maple Story now are still, oh, you need this key? Go get 200 parts from these enemies in the zone over. So I'm just watching streams and killing stuff. That's Maple Story.
So-
Okay, moving on.
I
Jesus Christ.
have a tendency to get upset over minuscule things sometimes. So I was playing my roommate's PS4 back in the day, a couple months ago, and I wanted to hit select, and I hit the fucking share button. I was so
I hate the
pissed.
share button.
I was like, what the hell?
Share
Why
button?
is there a button? That's dumb.
There's a button to share.
There's a button.
It's down
There's
there.
Show me.
the sole reason to share, and it takes like a whole
What,
minute.
like share on Facebook and
Yeah,
stuff?
it loads up this whole UI that takes a minute to load, and that's the reason why I didn't get the
Those of you
PS4.
at home who do not have a
Oh
PlayStation,
wow.
who do not
Is
have
there
a
no
PlayStation
start button on
controller-
this?
No, there's only share.
No, there's options.
And this is technically start, but that is share.
Yeah,
there's also
this
the
is-
PlayStation.
And then there's
button.
home.
We're all currently
There's,
gathered
like-
around a PlayStation.
Yeah, like the
controller.
middle
God.
button, like
There
the
you
middle
go.
touchpad is technically the start button, and
I-
where start would be is share.
It's so dumb. Like,
You turn
and I was
on
playing
the
Metal Gear,
PlayStation.
and it's so hard just to pause the game. Like, I just want start and select. Stop doing these dumb things. So that's why I don't have a PS4.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that there's menu and
It's menu and view, but it's start and select.
Why is
It's just-
everyone
What-
trying to be different? Look
what
at
happened-
Nintendo.
At
Start,
least-
select.
at
How hard
least-
is that?
at
let's
least
just
menu
keep
and
some
view-
tradition. It's been there forever.
At least menu and view makes sense when you start going through the UI. Because I was like, how do I delete these apps? Okay, I press menu on the button, and then I can delete it. With that, it's like
The share button's
button.
rough. That's so
That's
dumb.
so dumb. Some
let me
guy was
let
so
me
proud of
tell all my
himself.
friends on
That was
Facebook.
like their big. That was their E3 press conference.
Yeah.
Besides bashing Microsoft, you can
And-
hit share.
And really, the
So
worst
bad.
part of that controller is that like you're like, oh no, how do I open up this menu? And because you're trained that some menus are open with the select button and not the start button.
Yeah.
So then you just go, what button is that? And you get hit share, and all of a sudden the music stops, and it's like, and it's just like, would you like to share a picture?
I'm
It's
like,
no,
No.
no, done. There's
What
some-
about-
I don't even have friends. That's why I play video games.
What about Infamous when you turn it sideways like a spray can and shake it?
Okay,
And
that was
then you
kind of
do
cool.
this.
That was kind of cool.
It was cool the first time, but then you do
Okay.
it every other time.
Do you have to hold
So
it?
you go like
You
this.
hold it
and
like this and you press the
you
button
press
like a
R2.
spray can.
It's pretty cool the first time.
That's
And
interesting.
let me show you something else that's done on a touchpad. Each corner, on the bottom two corners, is a different button. So this can be start and this can be select.
I kind of like. Okay, I like that. I've never used it, but I
you
think
don't
that
understand how annoying that. How
I think the
counterintuitive
touchpad
that
is
to
interesting.
The
play.
one thing that I do like about the touchpad is that it works.
It doesn't.
Sorry, it works.
that's so sad when that a
Sorry,
feature. It
that
actually
should not be-
works.
That should not be a pro. A pro should not be it functions.
I just feel like currently it's kind of like look, I guess only sample we have is Infamous, but it was kind of ham-fisted. Like other ones you just click like the analog stick. This one you have to hit this to drain powers. It's like why?
It's used also in what's the name? Shadow, whatever.
Contrast?
The first person shooter that came out with the game.
Killzone?
Killzone Shadowfall.
Killzone Shadowfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. You used it there, and like I said, I like how it's accurate because the swipes are accurate, and the thing is you don't have to like press down on it hard.
Yeah.
Swipe.
Well,
like you,
if done
like,
correctly,
like
I
you
like
can-
the idea.
That's a good idea. I just hate the share button.
I
don't
wonder
like touchscreen.
where they got the idea from.
Yeah, okay,
Whoa.
to be fair, I think the best controller right now is the Wii U gamepad. But that's different.
I was
That's
like,
on
I'll
another
let you
level.
finish though, but the Wii U has some of the best ideas of all time.
All time.
Of all time.
Yeah, you should see that release lineup.
Yeah.
All time.
Shots fired.
Hey, holiday season Smash 4, I don't care.
Yeah, and all. Yeah.
The console's been out for 2 years.
The PS4
I
ain't
don't
got
care.
nothing.
Alright, so apparently on this podcast we're supposed to do news or something like that.
What?
So it's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, this is the first time we're all just in a room, so we kind of
We're kind of just
went at it.
We're just
And we haven't done
We're
this for a little
grab-assing.
bit, so you know.
Yeah,
as Chris and I's old coach would say, we're grab assing.
we are doing a bit of
We're
grab
sitting at
ass
Sprint. He's like, stop playing grab ass. I'm like, coach, I can't run any faster.
Coach, you're trying my hardest.
all right. So I guess
Let's get to some news.
the first news of the week. So Battlefield Hardline pushed to 2015, and now it has a single player campaign about a cop. Is it good? Probably not. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited?
The
Probably
feedback.
not.
The feedback must have been because I don't think people liked it
No, but
because it was a big DLC.
the fact that they pushed it back means stuff. Like EA is actually following through with that.
That is a good
the
point.
statements
Yeah,
they put
it
before.
means
Like,
something.
I'm gonna buy it. I know I'm gonna get it because I like Battlefield. But you know,
Victor.
I'm sorry, I like my shoot bangs.
Oh, I like Battlefield a lot more than Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare arcade shooter.
Definitely.
Because it's just, I don't know, Hardline just to me right now, I'm just indifferent, kind of. Because it looks almost like Payday Field. Do you get my idea?
Yeah.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
But
it
like then
doesn't even
Michael,
feel
then
like
you
that.
and Michael are both saying like it's pretty much, it feels like it's DLC. So it's like,
Yeah.
Because
I had
I
Battlefield
played
4.
Payday. It doesn't feel like Payday.
It doesn't.
Because Payday feels better.
Payday is strategic. Payday is very strategic.
And it's also player versus enemy, like player versus AI. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not
like
player versus player.
I do think that that's like I really do want to have a Payday where like cops are controlled by a player. Although I'm not sure how that's going to turn out because
it wouldn't work out too well.
because like I think you could only do because there are some where like Watch Dogs, if you've ever played the game.
Mhm.
Watch Dogs, you show up and you're in the back of a van with bags of cocaine, and the cops bust down the door and you're shooting everyone.
You have Watch
And-
Dogs?
No,
Oh.
Victor, dang, you got me off track.
So I kind of want one.
No.
yeah,
Alright, cancel.
As if he was like, what?
Let's just end the podcast and watch Joanna, man.
no, that movie never gets mentioned again.
It's so good. It's almost as good as Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I can say
Almost.
that one more time tonight.
But like I, like on something like that where it's like obvious like, because Payday gets a lot from has a lot taken from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Considering that I believe that the first game was built in the Source engine.
Oh,
The
really?
second
It looks
game might-
like it.
the second
Really?
game might also-
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it has a lot of like Left 4 Dead vibe. The first game especially because like you don't have like a lot of choice, but it had like a level up system which made it much different.
I would I keep making these comparisons, but I would say I'll compare it to like Dota and Dota 2, where Dota was like not in gameplay or anything. Mouth shut up. In terms of how it was made, it seems like the first one felt kind of like a mod, or the second one
That's
felt
what it
like a
was.
full-fledged game.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
comes,
That's
comes
fair.
like that. That's how I. Yeah.
But
I gotta stop mentioning
I was
Dota.
like, what are you
like-
talking about? What
But like,
Payday?
in that same way, like Hardline feels like it's like, hey, that Payday game, let's try and copy that, and then
Yeah, like
and,
that's
and,
doing
then, and
well.
then someone else
It's
is
like Haze to
and,
Halo.
and then someone else was like, what patience? No, they don't have patience. Just set some people with masks and give some people rocket launchers. Just say that they're stealing
Also,
money.
Also, you don't
And it's-
participate in the
it's
heist.
really-
You don't. You're just a guy who showed up there kind of late.
Yeah.
And the bag's already
Yeah.
there, and they're like, yo,
Yeah.
take this somewhere.
It's literally someone else stole this for you. They're gone. You're not. Guess whose job it is to get the money. Oh, by the way, someone tipped off the cops.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the cops have helicopters and heat-seeking rounds.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Those aren't
But
police.
don't forget the Levolution.
Levolution. I love that word. That's my favorite word of
Like
this
you're
generation.
not like because at that scale, you're no longer thieves or heisters. You're no longer heisting.
It's just a
things.
war.
Yeah,
Again.
it's a war.
You're literally home terrorists because you're. Take
At that point,
Evolution.
it's a
Take
battlefield,
Evolution,
if
for
you will.
example.
Wow.
Take Evolution, for example. You blow up a crane. Why? It did nothing to you. It did
changed
not
the
support-
level.
It changed the level.
Oh man.
Steal $500,000.
Screw that
And
game. I'm not sold on it. I say fuck that.
I'm probably gonna get it once it's like $20.
I'll
Dragon
buy it
Age.
eventually, maybe.
So Dragon Age Inquisition is pushed to November 18th. I am not worried about it. I feel it's more probably just a.
I actually watched videos after Miles talked it up so much. It does look dope.
Ooh, I'm so pumped for Dragon Age.
Yeah,
It does look nice. So if anything, I usually see pushing a game back to be better.
Especially it's only getting pushed back like a month.
I think it's
just a
really good
caution.
because Dragon Age had the issue. Like, it came out the same day as Shadows of Mordor. That Lord of the
October's
Rings one.
terrible for any game to come out in.
It came out the same month as through 4 days after the new Smash Brothers. So that's not good in general.
Yeah, no. October.
That's like how when Skyrim announced its date, so many games moved.
Oh my
You
God, I
don't
love it,
wanna
love it,
play
love it.
Nice. Oh, that's. Do you know how good that had to feel to them?
Yeah, and then Halo
and
Halo has the audacity to come out on the 11th of November 11th. We'll see how it does.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna get it online. It's gonna be pretty good.
I can't wait.
I'm really pumped because I love the Dragon Age series so much. I was let down with 2 a bit, but I'm the
You're
person
aware.
that as long as you're gonna make another game in the series, I will always give it a chance.
I
if I really like the
did
series.
enjoy like the characters and stuff like that. The story was all over the place.
I thought it was good until the end
I-
just
I
kind of
think-
blew up for no reason.
I think Dragon Age 2 suffered from lack of an overall plot because
Yes.
There was
like,
no.
it's a game that literally you should split it into acts because that's how it plays. The first act is you show up and the things happen. The second one is you sort of have like a home and you're dealing with the Kunari, and then the third one is
Mages
the
and
mages,
Templars are going
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. To me, it got so many things right. Man, did it mess up some important things.
All I know is the combat was
Combat was great. Combat was great.
So
It had
good.
it had a style. It looked really cool. Characters like you said, awesome. A dwarf without a beard.
I just feel
who uses a crossbow.
Varric was
That's
amazing.
like okay.
Yeah, Varric
Let's
was
really
amazing.
mess that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so glad he's back.
Good.
he
good.
wasn't
I'm
the,
so glad
he wasn't
he's
the
back.
proverbial dwarf.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god.
The other thing I
He's
just
great.
like also this game has color, unlike 2.
Okay.
2 everything was like brown and gray. I get that the
Well,
city was like
yeah.
that, but it's
To me,
just,
it gave it a style. Like I said, but to me, that was an issue of I like the idea of a game in a city, but I never had a feel of an overworld. I didn't like porting to places.
yeah,
and stuff.
especially like if this was the first Dragon Age, people would probably been fine with it, and then Origins came after, it'd been amazing. But it came after Origins.
It
which
came
is like-
after a game that had like pretty close to an open world, and then like you went to all these different places.
and now it's coming preceding a game that is an open world, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go nuts.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
What's up next on the docket? Oh, okay. Here's some controversy. Pretty much the entire Fire Emblem cast is in
Oh.
Smash Brothers, and then
This is gonna
Captain
get
Falcon
heated.
punched Crom. So, Miles, don't move it while I'm reading it. And then, where was I? Captain Falcon punched Crom out of the game so hard.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. He was
Maybe,
like, "You're
maybe
out of
I.
the game."
What'd he say? Maybe I can fight or something at the end.
He's like,
Maybe I'll give my chance another
Yeah.
day.
This was a good like cinematic.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know,
was pretty
whatever.
good.
it
Because
was.
it's like once you play the game, that is the animation style for Awakening.
We're currently looking at the cinematic, by the way.
it's on
Well,
there.
but I mean,
Look
Oh,
at
it's
Captain
playing
Falcon.
on-
He's they make him.
people who watch it on YouTube will see it. See, Michael,
make-
this is what I do. I got.
For those of you not on YouTube, we're currently watching the cinematic.
They make him so cool, which is tough because he's an odd character to work with.
No.
Captain. Oh,
Captain Falcon, if you follow competitively, Captain Falcon's like the coolest character.
What, in Smash?
he's
Smash
okay.
Bros is his game as far as I'm concerned. It's
Yeah.
his game.
I don't know, to make him like actually seem like badass and mysterious and really cool when he's really a guy that announces all of his moves and always asks people to show them their moves. It's just like
Look, you don't badmouth the captain, alright? Now, you got
fantastic,
Who's
just
who's
odd.
the guy from Mortal Kombat?
Johnny Cage.
Reminds me a bit of him.
Yes, he's very similar, Johnny Cage.
Like you're just like, I'm not sure why you're here, but you're pretty awesome. I don't.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage is
Yeah, I'm
such
gonna
a
go punch
joke.
you in the dick.
He has his name tattooed on his chest.
Like, I'm revealing
I never thought about how dumb that was.
I don't think that Captain Falcon would do the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
He wears
it
the
probably is.
yeah. I mean, it's probably just a giant falcon.
Okay.
So, Miles, what was the announcement?
So.
It was like a month ago.
So something I want to talk about with this, with what you said, is like you feel like the entire cast of Fire Emblem is in the game. So a lot of people were complaining when they saw the trailer because it had Robin, who is your unit from Fire Emblem Awakening, and Lucina, who there's a lot of spoilers around that, and I don't want to spoil Awakening. It's a really good game, but she's a very important character that shows up and is a descendant of Marth. That's why she has Marth's moves. So people were complaining like, there's too many sword characters in the game now. I'm like, okay. There's like 8, and there's like 40 characters announced, 30 characters around there announced now. How is that too many?
In my mind, swords are awesome.
Especially Robin isn't like, he's a spell-wielding sword user.
His character seems
like
really
that's
cool.
something we haven't
they're
had.
pretty cool characters.
Something that's cool, also cool about Robin and the way it's going to work. That like they announced this in like a Japanese magazine. Each of his, like what they showed in the trailer, each of his moves has a different, like it has amount of time you can use a tome, and then he has to get rid of them. But each tome, up B is Elwind, like where he throws the 3 things down. Down B is Nosferatu, which is the darkness one, which deals damage and heals him, which is the like first move that will in a normal smash that will deal damage and heal you back, and it does more if you're behind the character. Side B is Elfire, which comes down from the air and then goes down, which was pretty cool. That animation he does whenever it comes back for Elfire is taken from the mage animations from the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games. It's like Sakurai always does those little touches, and I love them.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
And then his neutral B is Thunder, El Thunder, like it just charges up, and like the longer you hold it, the different spell you get to Thoron, which is just like beam through the stage.
That's cool.
I have no problem with Fire Emblem. I just wish there was like a diversity of more games on the console.
I
have no problem with it. I'm just saying I would rather have more games.
Before Miles goes off, because I know how Miles feels.
I would rather have more games.
I just feel like Fire Emblem's a good series. It's a big one. Fire Emblem recently just had a really big game, Awakening, and there's going to be another one on 3DS, which is a very popular console. I feel now Nintendo's adding all these characters. I feel like they're forcing it down.
It's kind of like when Marvel vs. Capcom came out. They chose the characters in that game, they chose the characters due to their popularity instead of not popularity, due to promoting the movies rather than so it seems like they're just cashing off the. I'm sorry for the bad, for lack of a better term, cashing off what just happened instead of finding the character.
I just think they want to be like, oh yeah, everyone Fire Emblem, and then like, oh now it's throwing like all the characters, and then like maybe the Americans will love it too.
That's what you don't. Okay, you don't understand. That happened. You don't understand. It's already okay. So Marth and Roy were put in Melee. Marth and Roy were put in Melee, right? They only speak Japanese. You know why? No, because oh my god.
Alright, conversation over. Let's go. Back to the docket.
Because their games were only released in Japan, and because they got so popular because they were in Melee, Fire Emblem came over.
Just
to
like
the
that with this, they're just forcing it down our throats.
No, but this game is
like,
already
play it. It'll be cool. I swear.
These games are already out.
Here's the fact of the matter. I went to a party and loaded up Smash at the party. Everyone goes, "Why is that girl Marth in the game?"
Well, no, to me, I'm like, who are these guys? I don't want to play as them.
And like to us, we know who they are. Some people, maybe people at your school know because your school is more of a tech savvy people. But when you go to regular people, they don't know who these people are. You know what I mean? It should be staple characters.
But they can learn.
But they're not staple.
But the thing is,
that's the point.
Not everyone likes Japanese anime bullshit like we do.
But my brother literally, when he sees
what staple character that isn't in Smash would you add?
I don't know. I'm not Sakurai.
The thing is, most of them are already in. They're owned by Microsoft now.
Listen.
Most of the actual stable
Pac-Man, Sonic,
but those aren't those aren't rival console developers. It's kind of a big difference.
We can get like Alien Soldier in there. Even
you know what? One character I don't like being in there is Pac-Man. What the heck is Pac-Man doing? What the heck is Pac-Man done?
It's just kind of cool. Yeah, it's weird, but it's cool though.
Oh no, we could have got some Dig Dug in there. You know, I don't know. Got some Galaga Fighter.
So I don't know. I see it from both ends, but like, I don't know. Just my brother, when he started up Melee again, he was like, "What are these things?" I was like, "Oh, they're like," because he's a guy that's played Nintendo games his whole life. Like
That's the crazy part.
He's one that came from the NES. Him and my brother. He's like, what are? And he's just like, what are these? Who are these people? And I'm like, they're from games or like in Japan and they're coming over now. He's like, anime's so weird. So like maybe it's just him being single-minded.
Well,
but
it's just the fact that like you gotta when you make a game something like that. The problem with a lot of games nowadays is that they have to appeal to the mass audience.
Definitely,
and not just like we are the core gamers, without a doubt. That's why we know who all these characters are. Like I said before, a lot of my friends don't know who these people are, and that's not gonna change because they're not gonna pick it up.
But you know what? The good thing is you learn. Like this is another thing I love about Smash, right? Mm-hmm. So not only do you get all these people you know, but you learn so much new stuff like Mr. Game & Watch. Didn't know that guy existed. Rob. I knew about him, but now I went and actually looked stuff up about him.
He costs so much money.
Other really cool characters that you never got to see before, you get to see and see the moves they have and look up where is this from? I think that's really cool.
Definitely, first the one word for me definitely. Kid Icarus.
Yeah,
I knew nothing about that. Worked perfectly because of that game, because of he was in Smash. I was like, I want this game when it comes out.
Yeah, I was like, then what's this game? He seems interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, game's so cool.
Oh my god. Yeah. So bottom line is, it's pretty cool that they have the characters, but I would have rather have had more different games. But I have no issue with it. I'm still gonna play as every character.
Yeah, definitely. It's just interesting to me.
All right. So next up on the docket,
I have pictures of each of the characters so we can discuss them, but.
Real fast, I want to finish a couple things. So Lucina, Captain Falcon, I'll go back to him real fast. Captain Falcon is pretty much Captain Falcon. We haven't seen much different about him. There'll be stuff changed, obviously.
He was the best character.
Well, it's nicer because it's a new game.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Oh, he looks so. He has a gun.
He always has a gun.
But now he has a gun.
I just think it's cool. His visor.
He's I will only use it tomorrow.
I think it's cool. His eyes and his visor are actually illuminated rather than just being flat. So I thought that was cool. Lucina is
Girl Marth.
Pretty much Marth. She's a little bit shorter. What's pretty cool, something that you won't know, is from the game, there's a mark of Naga, which the weapon kind of forms. She has that in her eye in the game, and Sakura actually put that there.
In the eye? Oh.
Yeah, so if you zoom in, you can see it.
I heard she's a little bit easier to play than Marth.
Yeah, so what they did is, and Marth has most of his powers on the tip of his sword, but hers is balanced throughout, so it doesn't matter if you hit with the tip, it's the same damage.
So you don't gotta worry about spacing a character or whatnot.
Yeah, so it's not as, it's tough.
But if you master Marth, though, will he be better than...
I mean, we don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But he says she's probably better, good if you're trying to learn Marth as a character. You can pick her up. So I talked most about Robin. The only thing I want to add is the 11 sword is the lightning one. Mm-hmm. You get that when you do a smash attack, and it does more damage and knockback. But you can also do it in the air. So if you do a smash motion in the air, you'll do a normal aerial, but you'll pull out 11 sword instead of the bronze sword. But what's cool is the 11 sword and its tones are all limited. After you use them, you switch back to bronze sword until a cooldown happens, you come back. Or the tones, you can expand them. But the thing is, in his game, he's a tactician. So his whole idea was working with his teammates on the battlefield and deciding who, that's what Crom gave him he told him,
is he the main character?
Crom is main, and he's they kind of work together, technically. But he was the tactician of the group. Mm-hmm. So he was the one that actually decided who fought when, who grouped together, and what, all that stuff. So it's cool that
it makes sense that he's so complex.
His whole style's around maximizing what you're doing and knowing
that
when
is
to use
pretty.
what
It's kind of when I played a snake, I'll put mines on you. You won't even know what's going on.
So I thought that was really
cool. To me
often.
But all right, we're
so next up on the docket.
Done with the Smash.
Shut the hell up. Destiny looks the same on both consoles. Suck it, fanboys. So the friggin' graphics war is pretty much over already. It's dead in the water. It's games are gonna run just as well on both consoles if they're multi-platforms. What you need to worry about is the single platform exclusive. They're gonna run better on PlayStation. Probably it may look better, but in terms of just Destiny is going to be 1080p. What is it? Is it 60 FPS Destiny?
No, it's 30. Bungie's always done 30.
Yeah, so it gives it that cinematic feel. I have no problem with the game running at 30. I mean, it depends. If it's a fighting game, it has to be 60. But anyway, Destiny looks the same on both consoles, which is good. So because that's one thing I was worried about when I got the Xbox was, will games not look as good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if say some PS4 exclusives look really good. I care more of my game's inferior because of my console. That's what I care a little bit more of. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't freaking care. I play Nintendo games. I don't care about graphics.
Yeah, seriously.
I thought it was kind of
144
overblown.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Oh, God.
Look how good it looks.
Oh, the original YouTube, you couldn't see anything. It's 10 pixels.
I can count them on the screen.
I always just got annoyed. Like every single post on IGN is like, this game isn't 60 FPS, 1080p. It's like, who cares?
Well,
Did you ever see the videos where it plays the same game and
Oh
it
my
compares
God,
them?
yeah.
I think that's cool when it's comparing to last gen.
Yeah,
Like, with
yeah,
Tomb Raider, that
yeah,
was pretty
definitely.
cool.
That's cool. God, certain
what's
games, I'm like, what is? Ah.
Like I looked at the Destiny one. It's like very minor. It's like the guns are a bit shinier in PS4, and that's like
Give me a break.
that's it.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
literally stuff that you don't look at. It is stuff
Stuff
that
that
you
you
do not
won't
like.
care about.
It is stuff.
And
it's,
most
it's
of the
stuff
game
that
looks
you
the
look
same.
at, but as a part of a bigger picture, you don't go. Let me zoom in really close to this gun.
It's like, oh, I'm
You
glad
know,
I bought
this
this for the
isn't as good
shininess.
as my friends on the PS4.
You really shouldn't. do
And
that.
because of that, I'll be better than him.
Yeah.
No, you're running around shooting things. That's gonna look the same.
Like I could understand if like the frame rate was shuddering or something like
Yeah.
that, but if this is like solid frame rate, still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares?
No, I don't. I'll be honest. I actually don't care at all.
I care so little. When I saw Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, I was like, this is beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
nothing looks better
Like
than this.
Mario Kart, goodness gracious.
Mario Kart looks great.
So good. Oh, the soundtrack to that.
Yo, the new soundtrack is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
that
pretty
thing.
good.
Mario
Everything's
Kart.
electric
It's actually, I
guitar.
heard it was actually made by Hedera.
Everything's like hair metal, super guitar.
Yeah. All right. Next up on the docket. So ESPN, which is I've been told some kind of food or something.
Wait, before we go, the Destiny beta. Did anyone play the beta of Destiny?
No.
I didn't have an Xbox yet.
I didn't play it
Is it
because
an
I didn't.
open beta?
It was open beta,
Yeah,
but
not
it like
anymore.
ended before our scheduled last show.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to play it. I was like, I don't want to ruin anything for me.
I had a friend who played it, and he's like, it was Colby. He said
I
he
hate him.
he said he enjoyed
Colby's a
it.
jerk.
He said it was
I
pretty
met him
good.
once, right?
And it's didn't we say it was
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
6 players?
Yeah,
players?
six player raids.
So 6 player raids was
3
interesting.
player
'cause-
strike, 6 player
Yeah,
raids.
because parties are 3, and there's only 3 classes. So I think that's pretty interesting. So kind of
Oh, that's
want
cool.
2 of each. That's it for that topic though.
Yeah, so ESPN aired some of the Dota International, like the pre-stuff for Dota International, something like that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
free
I
stuff,
forgot.
and they actually showed some of it as well.
Which is crazy, which means like
That is wild.
esports is coming up. Man.
And what's interesting is ESPN 3 was said like, yeah, we were actually gonna have good numbers with it, and we plan on doing something like this
That's
again.
crazy. Like people are getting scholarships off of like playing video games. Like that's a legit thing. You know what I
It's
mean?
funny because like their Twitter got blown up by people that only watch ESPN. Like, what the hell is this shit? Why is it?
Give it 5 years.
they have decent numbers
Give
though.
it 5 years.
I mean, people have this stigma still around games that it's
It's-
not a serious thing. It's just something you do as a hobby. Then you grow up.
The
and you don't
the
do
worst
it
thing
anymore.
about it is calling it a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it did it to itself. You know,
It's in
calling
the
it a
name.
video game,
Inherently,
it's just
it's
a
just
little
what
bit
it is.
tough.
You want to say more?
It's one of those things like it's not so much esports is definitely a thing. It's a big thing. It affects a lot of people's lives.
It really does.
And it has a huge following. I mean, granted, not as big as traditional sports, but the thing is it's not. This isn't really big because look, someone else is actually watching. No, only people who are interested are watching. But there's a lot of people interested. This is more of like someone on the outside is going. This is sort of normal. But it's go.
Well, no, I was getting
Someone's gotta
you
do
mentioned
that.
about just how important video games are and whatnot. I'm reading this book right now called "All Your Base Are Belong to Us," which is
Great quote.
a reference to an
You're
old
so
game.
close to being like upper class, and then you're just like, all your base are belong to us, and then we were like, oh.
This is
Chris.
from the introduction to the book is written by the ex-head of Sony, and it goes the video game industry in the U.S. is now a $20 billion a year juggernaut, surpassing movie, music, and DVD sales combined.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
That's how big the gaming industry is.
If
All
you-
DVD, movie, and music together, it's bigger than just one game. Grand Theft Auto 4 earned $500 million in its opening week, far outpacing the movie industry's biggest force, Avatar,
Oh wow.
which earned less than half of that. So what? How can you call it little? Combined, it beats everything.
I don't know. I'm still a little slow.
And
And
the best-selling game, the
little cynical.
fastest-selling game is more than double It made double as much money as the fastest selling movie ever.
Also, you know what's funny? You said Grand Theft Auto made $500 million.
Yeah.
That's Destiny's budget.
Yeah.
That is so
That's crazy.
wild. Oh
And
my
Grand Theft
goodness.
Auto's budget was 4 times less than that.
I mean,
ESO was apparently $250 million.
Oh god,
That's
I hope they make that
Destiny's
back.
I do believe it. MMOs require tons of work.
Yeah.
I think
And-
ESO, if ESO, like, once they adjust, we get to that. Once they add some things, I think it'll get better.
What am I gonna say? It's crazy how like
We'll be discussing ESO later on in the program.
mhm.
For those of you wondering why we're
I
about it right now.
I think it's crazy how like you know how like parents look down on video games and like their parents look down on TV and their parents
And
look down
music.
on reading and like their parents look down on like the tablets. So like, why are you playing with your stone tablet?
Oh
Put that
my
away.
god. Wait, you said that. I walked into my living room the other day. My mom, the
playing with
the
stone
TV
tablet?
was on. My mom was on her iPhone playing Solitaire. My dad was on his tablet listening, watching Netflix, watching Breaking Bad. And I was like, and 5 years ago, I'd get yelled at for being on the computer for a while. I'd be like, screw this, like, it's
This
coming
isn't
back
fair.
around.
Yeah, my dad's sitting there with the stuff. I'm like, he's like, stop playing video games. I was like, you're just swiping on your phone as you're telling me.
Get out of here.
My sister's in there trying to learn how to play pachinko, whatever that is.
It's so funny. I can see him just like,
Because you know my dad.
what are you doing? Get off those games.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So I had a funny story real fast. Because look, Chris Book, I saw Donkey Kong, and I just reminded something I saw like a couple days ago. So you know the original Donkey Kong arcade in 1981?
Yeah.
So guess what character that technically was? The
Oh,
original
yeah.
Donkey Kong.
No? I thought you were going on to the
Kong.
Princess Peach thing.
The original Donkey Kong
Was
Was
it?
Cranky
is
Kong?
Cranky Kong.
Yeah, Cranky Kong. I knew that.
In the story, Cranky
Yeah.
Kong is the original Donkey Kong from the arcade.
Makes sense. Cool.
I just thought that was just like I saw that I was like, what?
Well, do you know
That's
the,
why he's so pissed
do you know
off.
the Donkey Kong name is an error in translation? It's supposed
Yeah.
to be King Kong.
Mhm.
He's a big monkey.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be King Kong, error in translation back then.
I thought
Donkey.
it was copyright issues.
No, it was
I thought it was both actually.
it,
It
A little
kind of
bit.
was. Then
I
Jack Kirby.
don't think it was supposed
bailed
to be
him out
King
of it,
Kong. I think
and that's why-
I think
that's
his
where
name was
Kirby got
supposed
his
to be
name
Donkey,
from.
but the game was made or something by Kong. Kong was the name of a company.
Sounds like
and so-
a
and so
lot
they-
of.
and so they
Sounds
put it-
sounds like we still don't know.
Sounds like a lot of hearsay.
But yeah,
Hold
like,
on.
when they were getting sued
Bunch of
because
hoopla.
of King Kong, the guy's name was like Jack Kirby was their lawyer, and he defended them and won them a lawsuit, and that's where Kirby gets his name from.
Oh, really? Oh,
It was
how
a thank
cool.
you to him.
Yeah, Michael, you best
Didn't-
do a fact
didn't
fact
Sakurai-
check, guy.
Didn't know Miyamoto want Sakurai to originally make Kirby like yellow?
Yeah.
And Sakurai was like, no. He's
No,
gonna
no.
be
It
pink.
was
No,
funny. Yellow
Pink.
is always the default
And
player too
could
for
you-
Kirby.
Could you
it
imagine?
really?
Could you imagine like being like 20 years old, yelling at your like telling your boss no? Like he was badass as a kid.
That is
Sakurai
pretty
also
cool.
like de-ages. If you ever see like I have to show you pictures later.
He gets younger.
I'll show you like when we're done. I'll show you to you. Like there's pictures of him when he was older and it's as he's getting younger, and it's like holy crap!
Oh my
As
God.
he's getting older, like he looks younger.
He's
It's
getting
ridiculous.
more money.
He's like the real life Benjamin Button.
Oh my god! All right, so video games. I saw some Legend of Korra gameplay, and it looks dope. I can't wait to actually get my hands on that game. So,
Legend of Korra.
yeah, you could tell it's a platinum game. It's fast paced. It's action based,
Okay.
and there's a lot of stuff just going on. And it's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, stuff's happening and thing.
So like, what did you think of like the switching between bending? Because I think it's bound to one of the buttons.
It looked pretty smooth. I mean, I gotta actually play the game. I don't know how it's gonna be played or whatever. I gotta actually get the game in my hand or whatever. We'll see once it comes to that. But apparently Maximilian has like played it and thought it was good. Hyrule Warriors looks pretty good. It's coming out next month? Was it coming out September?
It comes in August in Japan, but September for us.
It looks. First, I was a little skeptical, but I'm gonna get it. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, the fact that you can play as Link with infinite bombs, or play as Midna riding a freaking wolf, or play as Sheik, or all these other cool characters. You know what I mean? I don't know. It looks pretty good. What do you think?
DeviantArt is gonna have a
They already have. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Just when freaking Samus got announced, not Samus, Samus and Little Mac got announced in Smash, they kept putting on this weird relationship stuff with them too. You saw that, like all of that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So yeah,
I don't know. I really like it. I think that it's pretty cool to take Zelda, was always like pretty serious in terms of its stories, and Hyrule Warriors is always like really over the top of like what's going on and what's happening, and then to the point that when you fight one of the bosses, you get like the hook shot, and then like you summon the fairy, it just buffs your weapon. So how she buffs it, she summons a bunch of hook shots to like try and grab the dragon. And eventually you're like, okay, screw it. You pull down the moon from Majora's Mask and hit the dragon with it to drag it to the ground. It's like,
that's the hypest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Like, the trailer was great. So Majora's Mask for 3DS. What's up with that?
you don't. Oh, because they're talking about they might do it.
They probably will.
Because Miyamoto's been hinting around like he might do
a
remake of Majora's Mask eventually,
and
people just think 3DS because they already have Ocarina of Time done, which is more Majora's Mask is a very similar engine, if not the same one. So it like
if
people think that could be the one they could go with.
Which I might. I'll probably get Majora's Mask.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
The good stuff.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting Kingdom Hearts figure 3DS. First thing I'm buying. So I recently got my Xbox, as I've said a million times before, and I was wondering what games I want to get. And Sunset Overdrive was one of the reasons why I got my Xbox. Excuse me, sorry.
I hear you.
And I was watching Sunset TV. Have you seen that mouse? The weekly things they put up?
No, I haven't been watching.
They're pretty good. And the guy was like, so when we made this, we took inspiration from like Scott Pilgrim. And I was like, what? And like how the quick shots and how the comic book feel to the movie was. And I was like, I'm getting this game no matter what, because Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorite movies of all time, as Miles surely knows. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, the first time you posted this, you're like, Scott Pilgrim and Sasuke or Sunset Overdrive. I'm looking everywhere, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because the voice actor, what is it? Is it Yuri Lowenthal?
I have no idea.
I think it's Yuri Lowenthal. He plays Sasuke and Yosuke and all the other Osuke people. And
Does he play Momonosuke?
Probably.
Oh, it's Japanese only yet for now. That's One Piece.
He's gonna be doing a voiceover for the main character, for the main male character, and the female character's got someone famous too. I forget who it is, but I don't know. Sunset Overdrive looks good. I'm getting it day one. Are you getting it, Mouse?
Yeah, I'll probably get it. And probably most likely play with you.
Yeah.
Can I just ask like what the
premise?
Yeah, like I know it's supposed to be like sort of supposed to be like sort of funny and stuff like that, but like where's like the
whole
I guess the meat of it, like
the whole idea is.
Do you want me to tell a story? Because I was going to do that.
Yeah, you good.
So like the thing is like you were working a janitorial job
yeah.
and a party gets thrown and everyone in the city's invited but you to drink this new energy drink that's going around. I can't remember what the energy drink is called. And like what ends up happening is the energy drink turns everyone, like mutates everyone. Yeah. But you weren't invited, so you weren't there. Mm-hmm. And so now you're kind of, there's other people that were also invited, but like you're kind of can do whatever you want. So it's like, okay, I'll just do whatever I want in the city. It's
the whole
now.
infamous have fun with your power kind of thing. Okay. I have fun with the freedom. So it's like, instead of Walking Dead, the apocalypse ruins your life. What if the apocalypse made your life better? Okay. That's the whole idea of it, you know, which I think is pretty cool.
Because when I first heard of the game, for some reason I thought like Borderlands, like because it has like that sort of like don't take this too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like
in terms of storytelling,
playing the game.
I still feel like it still has that kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it has like the same like straightforward. There's an evil guy over there. His name is Hank, and he wears a mask, sort of. You're not sure, and he's trying to do a thing, and he shot Roland.
Oh God, no!
He shot Roland in the back.
Even though Roland died plenty of times.
All the characters who could die in that game.
That is literally the definition of ludonarrative dissonance, where it's like the story and the gameplay don't make sense. It doesn't. He should come back, you know. But anyway.
Like he broke his shield.
Yeah.
They killed him. You couldn't get him back up.
It doesn't make sense. No. But all right. Well, next up on the docket is ESO stuff. I don't know anything. What do you guys take it? I guess Michael.
Okay. There is some new ESO features, Elder Scrolls Online features that are going to be added at some point. It's called the Justice System. Basically, it allows you to. It makes the game less MMO, more Elder Scrolls. You basically have the ability to steal from and kill any NPC that you'd like.
I was actually upset when I walked into a town and I couldn't kill a guy. He was like, "You can't kill me." I was like, "I don't want to play anymore."
But like, there are just some NPCs that are jerks, and you're like, you know what? If I could punch you in the face, my life would be better.
Like the green lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was a jerk.
She wasn't even green.
But she was a jerk. Like, you walk into a room and she's like, "There's a dead person. You killed them." And you're like, "No, I didn't. I just went to the
I
room."
remember. Yeah, I remember that.
What
From
was
the
her
old
name?
Mary.
Green lady or the emerald lady?
Yeah, the green lady.
She was the green lady. Emerald lady sounds too nice.
Yeah.
She was the green
And
lady.
she's attached to her husband who dies, or she's also going to die
Yeah.
eventually. And
Yeah.
Then she goes on a rampage, like, who killed him? And starts running around. I was like, I remember
Who
that.
killed my
I saw
husband?
it.
Did you? No, I didn't. Okay.
Take him and interrogate him anyway. Jesus, they're nuts.
Script. Doing this puts a bounty on you. Like, killing NPCs puts a bounty on you. Or you can flee, I guess.
I feel like that's pretty cool how there's a bounty where other players can take it up and try to kill you or whatever.
Yeah, so instead of guards, like, coming after you and, like, "Oh, you violated the law. Pay the court a fine or resist arrest." Which is the actual line from...
I bet it was. But it's I mean, I feel like it's a feature that always should have been in a game where it's, you know, players can hunt you down if you have a bounty on your head and make... And I just feel like it fits with the Elder Scrolls.
Because also something was missing. It was missing world PvP. Because like you don't see anyone of any other alliance but your own.
Really, like all the PvP is in the middle Cyrodiil, which is ridiculous. Which really shouldn't happen because it's like you're supposed to be in a war, and the thing is that the war sometimes does not take place just like.
In this one place.
Yeah, like it's war over there, but not really here. I mean, you're warring against NPCs, sure, but they don't count. NPCs don't count as a war.
Yeah,
that counts as quests. Those are quest mobs. You kill them for gold and a helmet.
And you feel good about yourself at night.
Because it doesn't matter if they die; they show up again. And give it 30 seconds, they're there again. Someone kills you, you're not there again in 30 seconds.
Oh god, yeah. Especially in WoW when you gotta like find your body and you find your body and the guy's like, I'm still here.
Especially in Elder Scrolls when you're like, wait, the way shrine is all the way over here?
Oh god. I'm sorry. I don't want to turn this into the yawn cast. I guess what's up next on the docket? The WoW movie. Okay. The WoW movie looks dope. I think it's pretty cool how I mentioned earlier, like, all the shooting is done. There's just so much post stuff going on right now. That's it. And, like, they have to do all the CGI and everything for all the orcs and everything. I hope it takes a while, because I hope it looks really nice, like as nice as Avatar. I think they're really trying to fix that. I don't know, are you guys excited for the movie?
Yes, I am super excited. The only thing I was sad about this movie is when we went to BlizzCon, they didn't show us anything.
They're going to, because none of the filming was done yet.
Yeah, but like that picture, but they showed stuff at Comic-Con. They just didn't.
They're going to show us. They're going to show
us
us stuff at BlizzCon.
Hopefully, but like that picture they showed.
They're really like showing things to crowds, and they're not putting it on the internet immediately. They're like, we showed them really great things, and then people are like, wow, it was really good, and then people are really bad at describing amazing things. Because it was like the thing, and you saw the things on the screen, and it was like, ah.
Yeah.
And that's literally the description that you get sometimes, and you're just, you told me nothing.
Yeah, people are like, oh, can this movie be good? I'm sorry, I'm tired. There's people like, can this movie be good? And I'm like, Lord of the Rings. I'm sure they can do it. You know, because Lord of the Rings is the same kind of thing, and they did that pretty well. So
I'm super excited. See, like all the characters you've been reading about and hearing about, and like a big screen kind of setting, and like that feeling of a theater and a WoW movie. Like, I'm really excited for this.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it will be Warcraft 1, the first game. First war, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to go a lot more in depth with it than Warcraft 1 really had very basic story. So they're going more in depth with that. You're going to see more of the orc chieftains. Like, you're going to see Thrall's father. He was actually a really big guy in the Warcraft 1, but because in their game, extremely basic. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of development or even characters, you know. There was main faction leader, but because it was like the first time this, you know, I'm excited to see how they're gonna portray these older figures that really have built up and built Warcraft.
We're definitely seeing some stuff at BlizzCon. I'm excited from BlizzCon. I feel like you guys are as excited to see all the art and stuff there.
I'm excited to see Project Titan,
Okay.
and for them to go up on stage and go, we really don't like Project Titan. We scrapped it again.
I really wish that was just World of Warcraft 2. That's kind of what I really want. I know a lot of people don't want that, but like I would love that.
What was the one StarCraft game everyone wanted? Like that
Ghost,
yeah.
I have like
I
found my old books, like all my old World of Warcraft cases. There's an advertised for Ghost.
Oh my
there.
god, that's awesome. What if it actually came out with the same graphics? They're like, we're done. We finished it for the Xbox One. The Xbox One? No, the original Xbox.
I'd buy it.
They'd probably make a lot of money.
The original Xbox, I'd be like, how much is it? And they'd be like $30. I'd be like, I'll give you a 15. They're like, sold.
I'll give you a nickel.
What's funny is like last time Chris was here, we pulled out a bunch of like games, and one of those we pulled out was like,
oh yeah, I was sleeping.
You were asleep. Yeah, we pulled out the PS1, like the old white one with the screen. And it's called PlayStation 1.
Oh my god!
I see that as like Microsoft. What are you doing?
They're like, we're the all-in-one entertainment system. Which is actually kind of true. Now that I have one in my room, I'm like, it does everything. Why have a cable box or anything?
Well, it doesn't do all entertainment.
Alright, anyway. So, Google buys Twitch for $1 billion. $1 billion $1 billion. Oh, well, anyway. I think this is really good for Twitch.
Yeah, like, people are worried. Like,
people need to stop being dumb and think about it logically. I'm not gonna buy your farm and burn all the crops down. You know,
like,
it's like
the way I thought about it is, if Google takes Disney's approach with Marvel, so when Disney bought Marvel, they're very hands off. Like, they just want the Marvel logo and stuff to pay for them as well. But like, Marvel gets to do whatever it wants. We're having another Avengers movie soon. We have movies for a bunch of heroes, and now they have Disney money behind them. That's huge. And then like, on top of that, you think about it, the problem Twitch has been having is they don't have the money for the infrastructure in like Europe. Like that's why if you're looking at Twitch from Europe, you lag a lot because like there's not that many servers there. With $1 billion behind them and Google, you can get some servers out there.
Yeah, seriously. And the main problem people probably have is with like the whole getting striked or whatnot, getting a channel striked. You know how YouTube's very strict with that nowadays. That's their main problem. Copyright claims. They're afraid of that.
I think a lot of people like I didn't think about this, but a lot of people are. I was watching Draskell, was one I streamer Dota 2 that I really like. And like he was talking about it, it's like a big issue is playing of music. Because for a lot of people, you're playing a very similar game, but some people actually come for your taste of music because like they'll have it open to another monitor and just listen to you talk and listen to the music that you're playing for like Dota or something. They don't watch anyone play it. So like unless you're a pro player, anyway, you're probably not going to get views there. Anyway, so yeah, it's like, so people are worried about copyright claims. That's what happened with YouTube. They got really strict on that. So if they stay hands off, maybe not entirely. There's some things that could be fixed on Twitch.
And one thing is like even with Twitch because people who stream on Twitch still like there's still some copyright stuff that happens on Twitch, but
it's harder because it's live too. That's the biggest thing.
One thing that I do look forward to is like actual hopeful Twitch and YouTube like of accounts.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like,
it's like
able to like we can stream our podcast and then immediately post it up there like the unedited version.
You do that. Yeah, you can already send stuff from Twitch to YouTube.
I think he means
just by default. Like
I think he means more like I go to Maximilian's channel and I'm on his YouTube and it says, "Do you want to look at the Twitch?" You click Twitch and you're still on YouTube, but it just shows the Twitch streams. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty cool.
That it does it all. It's just one single entity.
And like when I go onto YouTube and I look at someone's account, I look at someone's like YouTube account. If they're streaming live to YouTube, it'll say they're streaming this now. But it would be great to see they're streaming on Twitch right now because sometimes I don't catch that one Twitter thing. Sometimes they're like, "Hey, I'm streaming on blah," and someone else then following decides to all caps in Twitter, and I'm like, okay, sorry, I missed your live stream. I would have been there, but whoever was like, just finished watching, I don't know, Attack on Titan. And so they all capsed about it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Once a company, especially a company you like, if it gets picked up, you rest assured, you know it's going to be better.
It's like the whole Facebook and Oculus.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. People were upset about that too, which didn't make sense.
Oculus needed the money. They needed it, you know.
Yeah, a lot of money has to go into that. And Twitch, I think over time could have gotten enough money spread out, but the thing is that's time. And if you can expedite that, then that means that you can get more money, better service, to more people.
Exactly.
Oh
man. Right in the face. Speaking of right in the face, Tekken Cross Street Fighter is still being worked on.
I'm gonna go get some.
I kind of want some too, actually. Let's talk grape juice. The grape cast.
Yeah.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter is still being made, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, it's kind of fair. We all thought it was dead, but we shouldn't have, because when they started making it, they were like, listen, we're announcing that we're going to make it eventually. They didn't say we're making it soon. They're like, it's going to take a long time for this game to come out. And I feel like within the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to see some gameplay, hopefully.
Something I heard about that was kind of interesting is like they're trying to figure out on one of the just like struggles they had is how to take Street Fighter where the jumping in Street Fighter, you can't do that in Tekken. Like how do you take characters that can do that and like have moves built on that and put them in the Tekken environment?
Yeah, I feel like it was easier to bring the Tekken characters in than it is to bring the Street Fighter characters into Tekken.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We'll see when it comes out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to pick it up because I like Tekken a lot. And Tekken's one of those games where, like, if you know how to play like a little bit, none of your friends want to play with you because you kind of wreck their day. But what's next on the docket? Let's go down with it. Walking Dead. Oh yeah. So I played through season 1 of Walking Dead, like I said last episode, and I actually finished season 2 over the past 2 weeks, and I beat season 2 all in one day. And it's pretty awesome playing as like a little girl, this is the only game that can get away with playing as a 10-year-old, 11-year-old girl, and like it'd still be awesome.
Well, I mean, it's 14-year-old girl in The Last of Us. That is also pretty awesome to play.
Yeah.
For other reasons.
Yeah, no, it's
Actually, probably for similar reasons, to be honest.
It's weird because they're taking on things that like are bigger than you, and you're just destroying their day. And there's this one bad guy, you finally catch him, and they're like, "What should we do?" And I was like, "Just shoot him." And they're like, "Clementine, how could you?" I was like, "I don't care," because you can play, you can be like really cold, or you can be really nice. It's pretty awesome. Like,
and you're a child, so people don't do anything. They're just like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah.
If the child says so.
And what's good about season 2 is that there's another character who's like 16 years old, another girl, and she kind of represents Clementine if the main character of season 1, Lee, didn't train her to like not suck at living. And she's like a terrible character. She doesn't realize that there's zombies everywhere, and I don't know, it's just cool the different other young girl they put in the game that was overprotected. And they showed if you overprotect your character in The Walking Dead, they're gonna die. I guess that's pretty much it for the week. I mean, yeah, it was a good podcast.
Yeah.
I thought so, guys.
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. You know,
I did some
like goat sacrifices.
Oh
and
god.
Halos and.
We need some more grape juice for that
Michael,
one.
no spoilerinos.
No spoilers. Yeah,
Sorry,
this is the
sorry.
spoiler cast.
Jeez. Fine. Well, should we open up with since I already spoiled it? Should we open up with the goat sacrifices next time?
That's usually good.
I don't think we're gonna cover that.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Oh man.
I guess I'm gonna plug some stuff. You can follow me at killmoves_sojo. You can follow Chris Fed at facebook.com/Adara. And you could actually email us now. Email us, tell us how much we suck, how much we need to get better at rerollcast@gmail.com. Where is it, Miles?
Rerollcast@gmail.com.
There you go.
Rerollcast@gmail.com.
I didn't ask you. No, Michael, where can they follow you?
I'm in South Jersey now.
Oh my god.
We already gave him our full names. Screw it at this point.
Oh, yeah, we do.
You can follow me on Twitter at mewantname. You can follow me on Tumblr, mewantname.tumblr.com. You can follow me. I'm on Steam. I'm mewantname. Let's see here. What else do I have? I have an Origin account.
Oh, God.
I bought Sims on
Okay,
there.
Miles, what do you...
It's me what name? I have World of Warcraft.
Oh,
I mean what
God.
name?
I shouldn't ask him. Next week, I'm just going to say it for you. Just him, everything. Just
Me What Name.
Just search Me What Name, you'll find him.
Alright, well,
For those of you who don't know, it's literally me, want, name.
All one
no
word.
spaces.
All one word.
Like nothing special. Just
Me What Name.
yes.
Oh, my God. Miles, what's yours?
so you can follow me at McDareth
Me what name.
on
McBiggity?
at Mc. No, my God, McDareth on Twitter. You can watch the stream live. I want to say Sundays, but it hasn't been always Sundays.
We're
but-
going to keep towards that Sundays now that we try to get official.
All right, so Sundays normally around 9 Eastern time. We'll at least try and get the pre-show going.
We'll tweet it out. We'll tweet it out on Twitters and on Knitters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep an eye out. I don't really tweet out a whole lot of other stuff, you know. Every once in a while, I'll retweet something that looks cool.
So you have to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna like all caps rage.
Yeah, so you can
And you
follow
can
the show and myself on Twitch, where I'll be streaming other games, whatever I'm playing. Gotta finish Zillia and a lot of Smash probably, especially when college starts on Fridays. You can also
you can follow me on Xbox One on Papa Black Space VX. That's my gamer tag.
You can
Add that as a
also
friend, follow me.
follow the podcast on SoundCloud, so on iTunes and Stitcher.
And Stitcher. Okay. That's a lot of places. Enough places.
And you can follow Chris on Twitter at Devierts. And Chris had to step out in the middle of it, but
Apparently because it's
fine.
raining or something like that. But yeah, I guess thanks for listening, and that's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for listening to our first live podcast.
I'm gonna
The
call this
liveliest.
the group cast.
The group cast, the couch cast.
Well,
We'll discuss.
well, working title.
All right.
See you next time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Time.
Yeah.